Lord, we thank you for your blessings upon Grenada, blessings, oh God, to all the listeners and all the contribution. We pray, Lord, that you're going to keep us in your lovely hand, for all of us, oh God, to enter into a new year. And I thank you for doing it today. In Jesus' precious name.
Bringing the hot topics to you.
Could we please be informed that there are no bad children, it's just bad parents. That is the reason that children it's only bad parents.
Bad parents.
Working together.
Well, the amount of transformation I see transforming around Carriacou is long life, health, and strength, man. One.
That's what you want now, right?
Yes, because I'm looking forward for big things, as in Jamaican say, big things are going on for 2024.
Connecting the dots.
I want to encourage the one man to continue with his one-man men.
Yes,
exactly.
Because it's the benefit of the country. What did he do for Carriacou? All these things that you're saying, whenever they make statements, the recording is there. You know, we in the media, we have it.
Working together.
Yes, so I want to grade him pursuant to senior Cambridge, so to speak. I want to give him A+.
Speak Out Unfiltered.
It's always an opportunity that I look forward to when we can discuss and look at the issues that affect us together as a people.
So, the budget is really a good budget. The government is doing a whole lot. They're doing for the people. They're opening the eyes of the people. This budget is the best budget I heard since after the revolution. I never heard a budget good like that, and it's for the people. A people budget, you call that. I am very pleased with this government.
Speak Out Unfiltered. The opinions and ideologies expressed on this program, Speak Out Unfiltered. It's the views of its rightful owners and not of Vibes FM 101.3. Speak Out Unfiltered.
Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Unfiltered. And I mean it.
And it's just about time for me to say good morning again to you right here on Vibes FM. Welcome to the program Speak Out Unfiltered for today, Thursday. We're looking at the 7th day of November. Good morning to our listeners in the tri-island state of Carriacou, Pitimati, Grenada. And not forgetting, of course, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning to you as well. And those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, on the streams, wherever you are, welcome to your program. To remind you, the program is interactive. You can always call us. And our telephone numbers to do so, 403-0101, 403-0101. And you can also call 443-0101, 443-0101. You take those numbers down. And another number you can call is 458-1958. Again, 458-1914 rather. 1914. Okay. So what are you going to do? I'm going to introduce Koi. First of all, I'm going to say good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? Tell me.
Good morning. Yes, I'm okay. Just, taking things at the other time. It's just relax and what's happening and going forward. It's just cool, I would say.
Okay. And Osbert, good morning, you there? Good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning to you, Mr. Mills, and how are you this morning, my
Not
brother?
too bad. Everything okay?
Yeah, for the time, so I just say good morning to the people of Piedmont, Nicaragua, Grenada by extension, Today is no exception, we look forward again for another robust intellectual discussion, where we discuss the issues that affect us.
Yeah.
And, discuss what, on the agenda in moving forward.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. The agenda in moving forward.
Yeah.
And I think we have Solio. Solio, are you there? Are you hearing me? Good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you hearing me? Okay, Simado, we don't have a little bit of a audio problem there with Solio.
I hope it's not a case where he doesn't want to be with us this morning.
No, Solio is with us. Solio is with us. Solio, hello, are you there? Good morning.
I see you smiling there.
Yeah, okay. We're trying to get his audio. We're trying to get his audio up, And it's similar we
Good morning to you, Solio.
Okay. It's not.
You're coming in, but I see you smiling. He's smiling.
Okay, he's trying to get to us right at this time, because it's important, because we have not heard from him in a little while, and it's nice to have him on board this morning inside our program. And Solio, he's just coming back. Are you there? Good morning. Check your microphone, please. Just check it. Make sure that you're not muted. Allow to come on with your audio. Okay, somebody we experienced a little bit of problem. He's looking good,
Yeah. I see for a while. I say, what? That is Sir Leo.
Okay. Somebody is still trying to get his microphone on there, and as soon as we have that sorted out, we're going to try to bring him again. But I know he's trying to get in touch with us because he's been away for a while from our program, and this morning we are going to be graced with his presence, So hopefully we'll be able to rectify that problem as soon as possible. But I think he's hearing us at this time, and all right. Hello, are you there? Okay, we're not making that connection that we thought we would be able to make this morning. For some reason, it seems that we have an audio problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the meantime, let me just put the music back on and try to see if we could reach Solio. So we're going to take the music down again and try to see if we could make that connection with Sir Leo this morning. Sir Leo, are you there now? Are you able to speak to us? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check in. Are you there? No, it just seemed that we're making that connection that we wanted to make, It would be so nice to have him, in view and everything like that there. But we seem to be experiencing a little bit of a problem getting his audio into us, okay? So what we're going to do at this time, gentlemen, we're going to have to just take him the way we could get him, because it's very important for him to be part of the process this morning, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to try to get back to him one more time as we continue. Okay, we're going to take the music down and get into our discussion as we always do. And Salio is with us right now. Salio, good morning. How you doing? Good morning, finally. Hello? Hello? Okay. Hello, hello. I'm not even okay, let me see. Hello, good morning. Okay, Doc. Simado is still trying to make that connection. A very, very important connection this morning. And it seems as though we're having a little bit of an issue there, bringing in Salih, because we want to hear from him because he has been away from the program for quite a while. And he's back with us now, but he's online. So I'm trying to see if I could make that connection. Hello, Salih. What's up? Okay. All right, we're going to have to try that again. Okay, let's go. Gentlemen, Koi. Okay, while we're trying to still make the connection there, we are saying earlier on, that it's a nice gathering as we always do. School is officially open, right? Is that?
Yeah,
and
well,
on top of the learning institution on Vibes FM.
I like how you use that word, the learning institution. I don't think anybody could listen to this program. And generally speaking, what we put out here and don't learn something. I think we need to commit ourselves to, first of all, get to know what are the facts around us, get to know what are the issues, get to understand it. And I think it's going to be an experience where we learn. I mean, none of us here knows everything. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And so we have to take away something from what we are hearing and what we are seeing. And I believe that, as my friend and comrade always say, being on this program, Speak Out is about, having an intellectual discourse.
Okay.
Having a discussion. Is it there now?
I think I have. So Leo, are you there now? Good morning.
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
It's nice to hear it. Oh, Lucy, you hear a voice full of energy.
Yeah. I wondered what really happened. That voice is sounding strong, man.
Yeah, because the voice is back.
Okay. I mean, listen to that. The voice is back. Is it right? Okay. So the voice was away for a little while.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And when people ask, how am I feeling? How am I doing? I compare myself to, say, a good pot of cuckoo. He don't cook, but he leave it on the fire with some can stick below to consume.
To consume. I didn't hear that word in a long time. Consume,
Yes.
But that's
So right now you could put me dog and share.
Okay. Well, we had to roll it first, We had to roll it first. Get the calabash and roll it.
Yeah, man. But whatever. I'm ready to go.
Okay,
ready to go.
It's nice. We missed you. We really missed you, and we've been getting quite a number of calls as when we heard exactly that you wasn't well at one time, and you've been recovering. You've been recovering, but I mean that's what we wish you a speedy recovery, and that word "speedy" looked like it really took effect, eh? Speedy.
Yeah, man. Well, the worst is behind me, and indeed I went through an ordeal.
Yes.
And I'm lucky to be here. The thing that.
Go ahead.
Pieces that were necessary.
Right.
To put me back into place. Those pieces to the puzzle fall into place. So automatically, I think it's not just coincidence. I have to thank the good Lord.
Okay.
But I didn't go. I'm not Martin Luther King. I didn't go to the mountaintop, but I sure was at the edge of the cliff.
Looking down.
And somebody took me back and say, we have some singers to do, so wait a while.
Okay, so you did.
That's the true picture.
So you didn't see the promised land.
No, I see the promised land. No. What I say that doesn't enter.
Okay.
Yes.
It's so nice. It's so nice hearing you. Really. I mean, you bring a big smile on my face and my colleagues here, and each and everybody who's listening to to the program as they always do on Thursday. Glad to have you in our company again. and I know
Yes.
that you are sounding good. I looked at you earlier on the screen there, and you're looking good as well too. So it's good all around. Okay, so you get 100% this morning.
Yes, man. Thank you. My doctor, I told him, my doctor gave me that report yesterday. He said all systems go. You could take off anytime you want to. But
Okay.
if you want to
Continue.
if you want to take it slow,
Yes.
you could wait for tomorrow. But you could go all today. You could go.
Okay.
Well, before we do anything else, let me stop and say, well, my good brother, Labe, Felix,
Good morning, sir.
welcome back, boy.
Good morning to
Last
you.
week, morning. Last week, he was sure happy to hear you. So I decided I'll tell Kim this morning we have to kill the fatted calf because the prodigal son is back.
Well, thank you, Solio, for your words of commendation. I really appreciate. Yeah.
Well, they're always available for you, and I've never expressed differently. I said that you have enough in you so that we could team up and do what is necessary to do for a little state.
Of course, yes,
We need
Solio.
all
Of course,
hands on-
yes.
We need all hands on deck, and certainly you must be part of us.
Thank you.
Welcome back home,
Yes.
and we go make a soup. We're
Well-
killing the fatted calf. We go make a soup.
Well, Solio, for your information, I never left home, and I just take a break. I never left home, so at least I am. I'm there. I'm always there.
No, that is not true. You didn't leave the land, but you leave the house.
No. That's not true. I will defend that.
Okay, good to have you.
Thank you.
Anyway, good to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, man.
But there's a
But
lot.
you
Go ahead.
know-
Yes, go ahead, Solio. Go ahead.
Kim boy, going through my ordeal because when I left Trinidad, I was supposed to be in Trinidad and go back to Carriacou that weekend.
I was waiting for you.
But
Yes.
Yeah, man. But God said, my son-in-law is a doctor, and he joined me in Trinidad. And when he said that he met me, and as soon as he did examine me and so on, he said, "Pops, forget Carriacou, we're going back to New York." I said, "What?" He said, "I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, I already bought a ticket. You're going to New York." Nothing make my condition at the time. So I tell you, the pieces that I needed for the puzzle were all in place, and I'm lucky as I'm very, very lucky to have gone through it as I did. So again, thank God for that. But while I was there going through my ordeal and thinking about Carriacou and things, because despite the condition, I was always monitoring what's happening in Carriacou, what about the fires and all those, and these and those who have comments on what they have to say and what they have not to say. And I thought to myself, it's been better than 70 years since, well, not you, but people like myself, and I know of your contribution, and it's nothing short of a true patriot. And myself included, we've done too much, and I've gone through too much to sit idly by and have this abuse of Carriacou and Carriacou people continued. A lot of what is happening at home now, I attribute that square to the head of the list, and that in this instance will happen to be Dr. Mitchell.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Mitchell has a way of using his surrogates. He did that with Elvin Nimrod, and my good lady who else I know is probably trying to do the same thing with Nolan Cox. And Nolan Cox is a young fella, but I've advised him time and time again that what he is doing is a traitor to Carriacou, because no way in hell's name would anything come from Kiss Michel good for Carriacou. It didn't happen last 30 years, it would happen next 30 months. And so I've been telling him all along. So all those surrogates, you see, doing and saying what they're saying, I'm not even blaming Nolan Cox, I'm blaming the head. But I'm blaming Nolan Cox to allow himself to be used as a surrogate for this decadence that is going on in Canada. Now, you have a goodly person there, and I wouldn't even give him credit by mentioning his name, not even his alias.
But let me tell you something. If you burn coals, all you get is ashes. And that young person, I said, is coming from a place we call Pawalta in Leicester. It's below Mount Kololo. You guys know this place is. And the residents of that area is Posper, Black Sieg, Kong, 30 and Kole Wash. So you understand? So you don't expect anything to be good coming from that area. But it's so sad that we use people like that to inflict damage on our bush state. We'll talk a little more later. You go ahead, Mr. Miss Waller, I listen to you.
You just use some words there, you know, that I remember hearing sometimes the older folks would say, you know. And up to now, I even know some of the meaning of them, you know. So, you know, I wouldn't ask you to explain anything else. Because
well, at any time, you know, I forgot to tell you that Professor Emeritus in Karaku issues and concerns. So anything you want to know pertaining to Karaku and to a certain extent, pitch it, Mark Dick. I'm here. The resume will speak for itself. Yeah, man. So when you forgot right 30 and Kole Wash.
Well,
and
yes, go ahead. Yeah.
30 Kole Wash. Kole Wash is the black, the long back. That's Kole Wash, you know.
Okay.
You're done, so really go and look for wilts. You have to be careful for coming and bite you. And you see plenty Kole Wash and the thing that is that kind of thing, you know.
Right. Okay.
Living in that area.
Right.
So anything coming from that area, don't expect more from that area than Kole Wash and Kong.
Okay.
So when you see people who know nothing about Karaku, have done nothing for Karaku, and want to come and
we get to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
But what you're saying there, you know, it reminds me of the days when I was growing up and the older folks were speaking to me as it pertains to what, you know, all these different things mean in Karaku, you know. And it's good that we have people like you who know it and maybe could, you know, reiterate and bring it back so we could at least know a little bit more about our history and what it's all about. Okay.
Yes, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Leo,
yeah.
So Leo, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand how you could just want to just make some comments and just go without even saying hi to me, or you know, give me a chance to ask you a question. I mean, after all.
Yes. No what? As Ezekiel would say, I stand accused and guilty too.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. You know, Kim just, Mr. Mill just said he hasn't heard that word for a long time. Kong.
No, man, yes, I'm guilty as charged, man. You cut me with my pants down.
Oh, Lord, man. No, listen. When you are on live...
Yes, I should have done so. I know what I owe you that.
Yes, okay.
A big apology too.
Okay. Well, let me just say here that one of the things that I always look forward to, and I'm sure it is reflected by the comments that have been on that are on the chat. Now, you know, you always give us something that we can smile about. Your utterances, the things you say. And, you know, it's not just idle talk, but you bring some kind of relief, I would say, when you speak. People are saying, wow, I'm all smiles here because of what you are saying and in the way in which you are saying it. So, I mean, that must tell you, we miss you. Yes? And we want to hear from you. So, you know, we here. Don't worry, we holding the fort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
And even if I'm not there physically, I'm there in spirit.
Thank you.
Okay, it's good to hear that. Now, you mentioned something earlier on, you know, and you said there are a lot of things you've been following up what's happening in Karaku. But one of the things that's, you know, really on the talk in Karaku still is what transpired last weekend. Sunday? Was it Sunday? You know, with the fire in Dig Pasture. And I know, Salio, you must have heard about that there too, yeah? And it went into shock on the entire island. Everybody just wondering, what's happening in our beautiful island? How could something like that take place? I mean, and there's a lot of speculations as to the cause and who might have done it or who may not, or who is involved, because we believe it was deliberate, based on
Well,
some.
not, is water wet?
Tell me.
So, but it's so, what's saddest of it all is not the flames or the smoke coming from the flames, It's the hierarchy and the people who are pledging to make betterment for Karaku that are associated with this decadence in Karaku. Who in their right mind will do a thing like that? What does it benefit us as a people, as an island? I am saying, if there is a way to find out who the guilty parties are, they should be deported. Birth certificate or not, gotten rid of.
Yeah.
Because you see, Karaku is not about that. We have never been about that. Since after 1995, when we went from being all for one and one for all to crab in a barrel, I want to have nothing to do with you and you have nothing to do to me. We all was for it. We must see that, oh Lord, those people who are our ancestors, who work their fingers to the bone to make Karaku and Petit make this, the entire state, the beautiful country that it was when they left us, they are hoping that will continue in that vein. And so, people who tell you that they've been representing you for all this number of years and have done nothing substantial so that the human eye could see, and now instead you want to make a comeback. But how are you going to make the comeback? You're trying to make the comeback by offering devastation to Little Island. Now, they cannot complain and say that Dig Pasture, Harveyville Pasture, who don't know where Dig Pasture is, Harveyville Pasture, is close to any institution of learning. It's not near to any school,
right,
as I know. So, you can blame the pollutants or the pollution, whatever have you. What do you expect of the government with a situation as unprecedented as Beryl Hurricane and as devastating as Beryl Hurricane? What it has done to the island, you wouldn't find in trying to bring back some sort of normality, you wouldn't find everything peachy keen. You'll find some things that not so. So, I'm saying that to say, the recreation ground in Hillsborough, the recreation ground in Dover, the recreation ground in Tyrrell Bay, where the debris was stored, we didn't have an immediate choice.
Right.
It's an emergency situation.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I am so surprised. But if you make the connection, you remember Mr. Cox? Who does that?
Yeah.
Putting debris next to a school. I don't know, they should put it in Mr. Cox's living room. But you see, when you do and say things like that, you're encouraging decadence, like whoever is doing what they did to do what they're doing, and that's not good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, boy, I took things into consideration. And I've been talking to Mr. Cox because he's a Caracon as myself. Break bush, but he breaking stick in ears, he ain't listening. But when you see I come back to Carrico, I'm going in Mount Pleasant and I'm calling Krishna. And I'm going in Dudu and asking cousin Dudley Peters. Them fellas are foot, Those 2 foot, they make a yard. You only 3 feet to make a yard. And asking each of them to give Cox a kick for me, please, to bring him back to his senses. And I know if you get one of Dudley and Krishna foot, it must make sense when they talk next time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tell them players are very well endowed.
Yep. But I believe that Cox, and last week on our program we were mentioning about in the context. Guys, remember in the context, right? And but we believe that he's not maybe acting on his own. No, he's been directed. Because listen to what he said, and then listen to what his master said. Listen to what he said.
We have been calling for school to reopen. We are not against school reopening. But if you have to open school, you have to ensure that the environment is suitable for our kids to go. To some extent, we know that we're in distress. But when you open, for example, the Hillsborough Secondary School, that is adjacent to dump site, what sort of message are we sending? Is it fair for parents to send this child to a school that is exactly opposite a dump site? Is that fair, brothers and sisters?
All right, so that's something that he has said in the general, in the General Council, right?
Yeah, General Council.
General Council. I think he made that statement, And like I said, I believe that whatever he's doing there, he's been directed to do it. Because listen to the master. Listen to the master. 2 weeks later. Listen to the master 2 weeks later.
And here you have a playing field, and the dump, the trash was taken and placed in a playing field. So I asked the bishops to visit the place, and when I returned, the tears came off. I can't understand how, with all the lands available in Dumfries and other places, a good tractor can clean up a place. You take the trash in the dump in the middle of Hillsborough, the town of Carriacou. In the only playing field in the heart of town. When Hillsborough Government School and 3 other schools around there, the children have to play. Friends, if you don't know this, a real growth of a child is not only about the academic thing that you teach them in the classroom.
You see? One hymn book, same hymn book.
I thought he was crying.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you listen.
No, you see, Kim, I'll tell you what it is that Chris Mitchell was able and very effectively so to ride on Elvin Nimrod's back to the detriment of Carriacouans for a very long time. So as we say in Carriacou, he take this. He even discontinued that. He believed he could always fool every Carriacouan and talk as much foolishness as he wants, and that every time he does so, you'll believe him. You see? So we have some disciples in Carriacou. That is a long time, 30 years is a long time. Because even the guy or the girl who is 40 years old know no different. They know no different. They don't know about Carriacou. We were able to independently take care of ourselves. We didn't depend on handouts. So that's the only way they know how. And those good for nothing ones, you find them to be the lazy set of people in Carriacou. If you check them out, they don't know how to get up in the morning and do a good day's work. And that is the state of affairs that we found ourselves in. Compliments of Keith Mitchell and Elvin Nimrod. That's what we taught our youth. So a lot of them who are grown or young adults now, some of them married, have beard, have grandchildren. All they know to live by is the foolishness that was implemented in Carriacou by Elvin Nimrod and Keith Mitchell. So you see, it behooves people like you and I who've been around the block a few times, especially in Carriacou. And in my case, why I'm so upset, I've done more for Carriacou than Keith Mitchell and Nolan Cox put together, 3 times more.
Yeah.
And why should I give up the right of my heritage as given to me by my parents to these kind of people? So, this time around, they will not be allowed to operate freely on their own. Every finger they raise in hand in protest because I know better. And I'm not living by what people tell me. I'm living by what I experienced in Carriacou. And you too, Kim?
Yeah, of
You've
course.
been around?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, me tell us this boy's a little younger, but we've been around and we know.
Yep. There's no if about that, yeah. But the thing about it, though, is that, like I said, they're singing some from the same hymn book, right? Because Cox said, and now he master saying it, It's like, like passing it on. But there's something inside the statement here that kind of surprised me when he mentioned the tongue of Hillsborough, where everything taking place.
Freeze and other places. A good tractor can clean up a place. You take the trash in the dump in the middle of Hillsborough, the town of Caracol.
You believe such words would come from Diablo mouth? The tongue, the tongue, this is the same tongue that they condemned.
Yes.
And
you see, it's convenient for them, Kim, when they want to make their own case. He didn't know that there was everything happening in the town of Hillsborough, and that indeed Hillsborough is a site we inherited for the last 300 years, and it is our heritage. That wasn't taken into consideration. You know what he was taking into consideration? How I go to the Privy Council to fight the Korean for the lands.
Right.
That's what he was thinking, he and his goons. And, I almost vomited with all my sickness the other day, when I heard Cox saying the same port they was criticizing, if it wasn't for the port. Well, Nolan Cox, let me tell you something. You see this boy here, young enough to tell us something about Janet. And when we got relief years ago, he's on the bay. And me day in it too, you're joking back in the night. So, relief would have come to Caracol whether or not there is a port. Don't talk about a port that we were deceived into beginning to Caracol and making Caracol the worse off for it. You didn't know, kid didn't know Hillsborough or the tongue in Caracol is where everything was happening before.
No, you didn't know that. He just
when he
realized
comes lying and saying he didn't know anything about the port moving to Tulby and he's going to talk to the port authority, this fella he have his spot in hell, And when kid go in hell, that pathway is Campeche Wood and Red Hat Picker. He's not imagining where the bunny way going. I could tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, really, you just realize that the tongue. Listen.
In trash in the middle of Hillsborough, the town of Caracol. In the only place
Kim. We have to do something about these people. We can't just sit down and take it with our mouths closed. I'm prepared to eat blubber 3 days a week, 7 days a week, rather than succumb to people like Kiss Michelle and those fellas. I ain't chairman and know how to plant to grow. And if I can buy a number 9 hook, I could better come and pin and go buy the jet and jig to jacks. I must live in Caracol. I'm trying to tell you.
Really, I mean, really, listen. Like I said, listen to statements like this. You just think of it. That finally you're coming to your senses, or it's convenient to use those terms. Whatever it is, I mean, I'm shocked when I heard that statement, Sodio. I was shocked because I couldn't believe that he's talking about the tongue of Hillsborough, the capital of Hillsborough, where the only playing field and everything. What? You realize you have a tongue? No.
Well, let me tell Kim, you shouldn't be surprised, and I will not be surprised, because even though Kim and I, we attended Catholic school, I ain't sure kid Christian, I ain't sure kid Christian, because anybody who Christian should not be able to lie so with a straight face. So, what are you telling you now? Come on.
So Leo, when you see me, I was asking me question.
I want to know the Christian.
Ask him.
I wonder if you confirm. If you confirm, if you know the catechism.
Well, confirm is a big one. But I show yes that you have the Christian commune. confirm married, and then the last one is extreme unction, the one I'm waiting for.
But he was an acolyte. He was an acolyte. Sorry, he was an acolyte.
Who? Me?
No. So, doctor, your friend, he was an acolyte.
I know if he was an acolyte, he would have been in Cherilo Brizan, but not in tongue.
No, but
so what am I with this fella?
But your friend, sorry, they're your friend, you know. Your classmate, you know.
Still is. Still, I have no enemies.
Okay.
And I have nothing against Kit Mitchell. All I have is for Carrico. And that takes preference to what they may have against him. And I don't have too much against him.
Yeah.
My dealing is the love for Carrico. I hate nobody.
No animosity. No animosity.
No animosity. In the way of progress of the state of Grenada, my neck of the woods in particular, which is Carrico, and I'll extend it to Petit Matnik, you'll have a problem with me. Enough is enough. We take enough. Stop your foolishness. Go. You have your money. Go in diamond and fool yourself. Leave us. Let me tell you something. When Kiss Mitchell get into government or politics in Grenada, Deacon Mitchell was a thought.
Yep.
You didn't even give the young man time to hear what he's offering. Every step of the way, you criticize him. Now you come to rescue Grenada. I don't want to rescue. Kid, I don't want to rescue. If I was on the Titanic and you come with your lifeboat, I go in the engine room. I don't want to rescue. You have nothing good to give me. So, people of the state of Grenada, and in particular, Carrico and Petit Martinique, we did not go down that route again. We had enough. Carrico didn't make too much progress in the last 40 years or 30 years. And a lot of it was due to the administration we have governing our little islands. Let me tell you what, right now, you know what they tell me? There is not an X-ray unit in Carrico, you know. None, you know.
Yeah.
I have to call the government and say, listen, go down in, there's a whole machine in CHS, go and set it into use.
Yeah.
Somebody spring the toe, God, you can see what's going on. And we've been so for God knows how many years. And when our state monies were being used for shrimp farm and fowl farm and call center and precious pearl, our Carricoans was jumping on the Austrian line on the floor in the vulnerable situation. And when a good citizen was hot enough to videotape a patient in all the misery lying on the floor of the Osprey, our minister said, you're violating the rights of the patient, as though the patient have any right to the lie on the floor there. When you see somebody sick?
Definitely. Those kind of statements are making no sense at all. Be violating the rights of the patient. They were upset.
I don't know.
Now they were upset that it was exposed to the world.
It was exposed. You go to the hospital in Carrico when people are most vulnerable when they go for relief and prevent care. And the biggest item in the emergency room is the oxygen tank. And you guys aren't embarrassed. Huh?
Yeah.
So, and then you still have people voting for you in Carrico and jumping behind you and clapping and say you're strong because you have big motorcade. In 2023, 2022. Come on.
Well, that's.
I hope you will keep reminding Nolan Cox that this medium, Vibes 101.3, the most popular I will venture to say in the state, because you're only reaching. You're going from Penicillin to Futa or through Petit Martinique.
Yep.
Reaching the Far Rock, you're reaching Pines, Mopillon, look at Petit Carenage, and you're still going in Penicillin. Very few radio stations in Grenada could do that. So it's important that we spread the message. Spread the message, spread the word. Make people aware of what we've been through, what we're going through, and what we are not about to repeat. Enough is enough.
Yep. You're quite right about that, But you see, again,
I'm telling you,
what has happened over the years, they have brewed this kind of people or the supporters to believe in one thing and to be doing one thing, and it's all for destruction. It's not for improving our islands, It's just to destroy the islands. Because
I'm telling you,
a lot of talk has been coming up over the fire in the past year in Abbeville, and there's so many things that have been said in the air that you just wonder if some of the stuff that you're hearing is true. We're in a bad state. There's a lot of people under strong influence, very, very strong influence, and the wrong people who doesn't have what it takes to even make a proper decision, but just going according to what is they feel that would be showing support.
Kim, this thing you see they call democracy is not always the right thing to do, Because any which way, I had a say in the lives of young Carriacouans. You had the two options. You're going to school or you're working. You have to be producing. Who do you expect to pick up your slack? Your mother bore you for 9 months. Then she delivered. Nursed you and nurtured you into something. When are you going to help yourself, let alone give back to your parents? Big long man, 6 foot on Kumbe, you lie down 8 o'clock in your bed. What are you doing there? Huh? So how you expect the world to go ahead? Everybody must do for you. You're looking for a sponsor. That is what Kit Mitchell and him teach you as well as they. You know how to work garden because my father was a farmer all his life and he died poor.
Yep.
I don't know if you're listening to a program, and boy, it's sad, I hear Kit Mitchell talking to some of his followers. And he's trying to make a point that poor people's money doesn't leave the neighborhood. It stays right there and circulates to the benefit of poor people, rich people, and he used himself as an example. Rich people, when they want to buy a shirt, they ain't going down the road, going to Miami. So people like myself are going to Miami and buy my shirt. So he's telling those lunatics listening to him, you are poor and miserable somebody and are rich and have money. And they clap. So you see them people, you should lock them up.
Honestly, I mean, really.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Yes, that's why I'm telling you. You're poor and you're stupid and you can't go nowhere. Are rich and have money, so I could go in Miami and buy a shirt.
Yep.
All you're listening, Listen, all you're listening.
Yep.
And those people are round of applause,
Well, they don't know better than that, because this is, as you just mentioned that, I just see if I could pull the clip up to verify what you're just saying.
He was there in office, everybody working in the left and right of the country. Listen, them brothers. People, and you know something? When poor people have money, everybody get piece of the money. When people have money, they spend it in Miami and New York and so on. Well, I'm telling you the truth, when I start to buy a shirt, I go in Miami and buy the shirt. But you poor, you don't go in, you buying it right here. They going in the shop, you buy the power flower. You going in the store and you buy your children books.
You hear that? You see, he's insulting the people, and they ain't even they realize it. Tell them when he ready to buy you own, what you doing? Listen.
Miami and New York and so on.
What?
In Miami and New York and so on. Well, I'm telling you the truth. When I start to buy a shirt, I go in Miami and buy the shirt. But you poor. You don't go in. You buying it right here. They going in the shop. You buy the power flower.
Right here.
You go in the store and you buy your children books.
I mean, that says it earlier.
You see the height of abuse. In other words, it's a good thing. So you should say poor and vulnerable, so I could stay in the neighborhood and shop. I'll take the plane to Florida or Miami.
I want to buy my shirt. I go in Miami.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you poor, you gotta stay here.
Yes.
And he was in charge of the
why-
poor for the last 40 years. He was in charge, you know.
The poor and the vulnerable.
The poor and vulnerable. He came up with those terms. That's his favorite words.
Yes. What I believe you should tell them, you see, and especially in my case, where the money I have, I'm not sure it comes out of my pocket, you know. I ain't sure. I believe he's self-insured. And according to my boy, he can substantiate the fact that the money he was make out in the pocket. So, but you have the money. So who money you mingling with to say you're going to Miami and buy a shirt? To come and stand up and bote in front of the lunatic. You come on stage, they bote in. You and who? Well, I don't understand.
Yep.
It's better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the poor and vulnerable. Yeah.
The poor and vulnerable. What they should do, if those people that he's preaching to have any kind of common sense and conscience, drag him in the poor and vulnerable, say to them, lay steady and shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lay enjoy the big idea about being poor and vulnerable. I hope, Kim, I want to send a shout out to my good friend, boy, oh God, coming to me, boy, Oli, shaking me, you know. Awesome. My girlfriend who will sing for us, the man. I'd love to hear on the program today.
Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda and
Glenda.
Glenda, and then me, what happened to me, boy? I just pull a blank on my girlfriend, man.
Judy?
Still.
Judy? Not Judy.
Yeah, Judy. I long to hear from those people there. We have to have a Vibes 101 family reunion, you know.
Yeah.
We have to have that because those people there, Cambridge and all these boys and them. How is Mr. Marshall doing? I didn't hear from Pastor in a while. Was somebody all leave Pastor Church? What's going on?
I have to try and get in touch with Pastor because we didn't hear from him since after the hurricane, I think, you know. I know we've been having some problems.
Yeah,
we've been having some problems with, you know, with
telephone lines.
I
know Sotes and that area too was affected.
Yeah.
And that thing has been so traumatic for a lot of us.
Yeah.
If you humble down good, you're falling down, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But our phone line is back up now. You know, the 443-0101. Again, if you're trying to reach us this morning, you can call us on 443-0101. Because that's our landline.
Yes, I think and that is the one with the link is attached to.
Oh no. The link is the other ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm hearing you now to my cell phone that wasn't happening before. I'm getting audio to the cell phone.
Right.
And the cell phone is attached to the link that you sent me earlier.
Right, okay.
What I'm doing now, I'm speaking to you on my regular phone from New York.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Right.
So, you know,
I'm listening, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying around.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, proceed.
Okay.
I'm joining from time to time.
All right, okay.
Love
Great.
to be back.
Okay.
Mr. Music, let me just tell Solio. You asked about Mr. Marshall. Yes, in fact, he's one of the persons I intended to try and reach out to today because we haven't heard him for a little while, and it's always good to keep close to our friends, people with the same thinking kind of thing. So, Mr. Marshall, wherever you are, and anybody who knows in his neighborhood, yeah, you know, let's hear from him. At least we want to know how he's going.
All right, okay, Solio. All right. Well,
thank you, sir.
Okay, stand
Thank
by.
you.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay, then. Let me try to get to another phone call there. Hello. Let me try one more time. Caller, caller, you on now. Caller, thank you. Caller, come in. Yes, good morning. Hey.
Mr. Leo.
Yes, go ahead.
Nice to see you and hear you after the audio. God bless you, sir. But to the point you make on the point, vulnerable, who have to stay near, okay?
Yeah.
And by a shot. The reason why they clap is that the mind they remain poor and vulnerable. Then start the transformation. Bye-bye.
Yeah? You hear that? There's a lot of humor sometimes inside the programs. Yes, so some of the statements that people make from time to time, you know, it's very interesting. But we are speaking about the fire in the past year, and there was one individual who made a statement that was what you call on social media. It went viral, and I'm speaking about Ziggy. Made this statement. And people are very concerned about the statement that was made because it seems as though like there is more to come.
So you think the statement was derogatory or
Let
intentional?
Let me play the statement first.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk.
I tell all you, anytime I open my mouth is something that will happen. With no stop. I just have a very painful tongue next. And then do my next. And then the whole I can't go. It's fire. I'm warning all you. This government, they don't know what they're about. They don't understand.
You hear that? Let me play it again. Let me just play it again because you need to listen to it in a little bit more detail.
I tell all you.
I tell all you. Right? That's how you started up. I tell all you.
Anytime I open my mouth and say something, that will happen.
Anytime you open your mouth and say something, that is what will happen. Listen to that, you know. Every time I open my mouth and say something, that is what will happen. Right? Remember that line, eh?
Yeah.
We know start.
We know start. Not I know start, you know. We know start. Anytime I open my mouth, I tell all you, anytime I open my mouth and say something, that is what will happen. We know start.
That just have a very playing field.
That is just have a very playing field, you know. Only that just start, you know. When I open my mouth and tell all you, no start. We know start. That just have a very playing field. Who's next?
Next.
Tongue next.
And then do my next.
Yeah, all
and then the whole I can't very playing field. Tongue next. And then do my next. And then the whole I can't go.
It's fire.
It's fire.
You hear that? The whole of Karaku is fire. Next, when I open my mouth and say something, you know, it gonna happen. Look at that. Have a wheel now on fire.
So with a statement like that has been made on social media, you know, is it the police is actually doing some investigation in such a statement that was made?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, because I got in touch with a police officer yesterday before I do the program today, and I asked him specifically if anything was done, because I know that they have the video, they heard it, and it's, like I say, viral. Everybody, all kids, everybody all over the world hearing that. Okay, and I asked him if anything was done, if they did pick up the individual. And he said to me, to his knowledge, nothing was done yet. A whole week passed. The firemen are there struggling, trying to control the fire. Neighbors are worried. The entire Karaku is worried. Because when you have somebody making a statement like this, it indicates, it's telling you that maybe they know something about what is going on.
That statement, in my opinion, is a threatening statement.
It is.
It is.
As a matter of fact, I worry about Tongue, because Tongue next, you know. I
heard the public relations officer of Solid Waste indicating that they beef up security at these holding sites for a while. So I guess as much, I mean, the occurrence, in eventuality, the occurrence would not, you know, that would deter people from actually going to, the culprits from actually going to set fire or whatever.
But based on this statement, if you take it in the context,
the entirety of the context.
If you take it like that,
it's a threatening statement.
It's not just plain field. The whole of Karaku. You ain't said the whole of Karaku. Hold on. Fire. The whole of Carriacou is fire. Let me play that part back again.
Then the whole of Carriacou is fire.
You hear that? The whole of Carriacou, you know.
It's fire.
It's fire. Listen,
fire,
it didn't say playing fields or dump sites
Yeah,
or
yeah,
anything of the nature. The whole of Carriacou.
is fire.
That includes you, me, Cox, Koi, you too, you know.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't-
Mr. Miss, you too, you know, because you're in Carriacou.
Well, you
Yeah,
mean
included, yeah.
that's
yeah,
why. That's why I said that's my statement is I'm making now is that what is the police doing if they didn't pick him up yet and interrogate him and find out something?
Well, investigate the statement that was
No,
made.
they lapse in. If what the officer is telling me is true, they lapse in big time. What are we waiting for? For the whole of Carriacou to be on fire? We don't have water here already. And the thing was deliberate. Why? It was deliberate because they was blocking the roads to access the playing field and traversing the area. Those roads were blocked.
So what eventually happened? They blocked the road, they set the fire, and then they blocked the road. And well, we don't know, but we just speculate. It's a speculation theory.
The
They
roads were blocked.
and therefore now the field was on fire. So
Right.
eventually the fire truck now would not get in. They have to unblock first before they actually get.
There'll be a delay.
Yeah. So there will be a delay.
And even people, the residents trying to see if they could get in there to put the fire out as well, to give some assistance in whatever way they can, we're going to have a problem getting through with vehicles.
But in a time like this, you know, when people are actually distressed and people are actually recovering from natural disasters, I mean, why is it that the culprits have to get themselves involved in such activities, you know, when we know exactly what has happened on July 1st?
Hold on a minute. WhatsApp callers, hold on. Let me take a landline caller first. Landline
Good
call. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
go
good
ahead,
morning,
yes.
Mr. Cambridge.
Honestly speaking, that is the act of terrorism. And there are people in Carriacou who is willing to create act of terrorism. Based on the information hall, the entrance to that area by the playing field was blocked.
Right.
So blocking it is to delay the fire department from working so that the fire will grow bigger. And the individual lay threat, and he speaks as if it's not he alone.
Right.
He used the word we.
Right.
Now, who will want to destroy Carriacou? Carriacou are just hit by a massive hurricane, and the government and people is trying to put it back together. And to have such a terrorism, I could guarantee you, if it's in another country, the police would have acted already and pick up this guy. He have something that the police need to hear about. And I think the Minister of National Security, although he made a statement, it should be more than a statement. And he should be calling on the Commissioner of Police if he not willing to get up and act. The Prime Minister should make the Chief of Police get up and act before things get worse in Carriacou, because there is a plan. That's why he could say, "We're next."
Right.
So none of volume in Carriacou is safe because the whole of Carriacou is going to be on fire.
Right.
That is not something that a week passed and nothing been done. Something wrong here.
Definitely.
Something need to be done. If I were in Carriacou, as a matter of fact, I could ask through your medium that the people of Carriacou get up and demonstrate and wake up the Minister of National Security to be active in this thing. That's a serious statement, you know.
It is.
That just like issuing a bomb threat to a bank or a school or whatever, you know. But I don't understand the craziness in that. You don't allow terrorism to grow. You break it very early, and that's an act of terrorism in Carriacou. All the best.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. The caller is right. And the whole of Carriacou should be concerned, because you can't allow people to be making these kind of statements like that and you don't address the situation. Pull them in. That's my thing, you know. Listen, you're threatening me. There's ways that should be able to deal with the situation. But what? Up to yesterday, I told you. Up to yesterday, when I tried to find out, nothing was done. What were them police sleeping or what? Next thing you go and burn down the police station, you know. Look, he burned it down. My building in Bonong, your building in Bonong, everybody building. The whole the whole of Carriacou, you know. Not just Dover, not just Tongue and then Dover. But it's specified.
Yeah,
The
specifically,
areas,
yeah,
yes.
specified. Yeah,
And then his Tongue is next. And then after we finish in Tongue, we go in Dover. And then when Dover done, the whole of Carriacou, fire. And then do nothing. Somebody like that aside. Still. All a joking.
But probably is who the statement really come. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
make
saying
a
that,
difference who the
no. I'm just saying that probably who the statement really coming from, because there is people that sometimes, I mean, other people make statements and the police would act quicker than other people make statements and the police just lie dormant.
This is a threatening
Well, yeah, this is that's what I'm saying. It's a threatening statement.
So you make a difference who
Yeah.
you are,
But that's
what
true.
you are,
That's
whatever.
true. That's true. That's true.
Take him in.
Yeah. Take him in for some questioning.
Yes, it seemed to know something. If you know something, say something.
Yeah.
Because everybody now is living in a sort of like a state of panic, you know.
State of fear.
I listened to some of the people in the area
In residence, yeah.
in the close, and they were
Close
concerned
in the
about
close proximity.
they were concerned about the building, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very concerned. And the next thing about it is that Cox, in particular, when Cox was in the General Council, that's what he was, I think.
Yeah, General Council.
In was bigging up this individual, bigging him up. He was like a hero.
You have any clip on that? Yeah.
I did not say is it
before.
a young man who decided to speak up for Carriacou and Petit Matnik.
All you hear that? A young man who decided to speak up for Carriacou and Petit Matnik. This is the young man who are making the threats, you know. And they arrest him.
You have to arrest him, you have to detain him. Why is that? Why is it that you have to do that? It is so sad. It is so sad.
So sad.
That we have to be experiencing this.
And you had a big applause, you know. The young man get up to get some high fives and waves and big up from the former prime minister.
So the young man was in General Council too?
Hey.
Oh,
you were starring there.
Oh, you were starring.
All greens, you know. All greens.
All green.
All green.
Star of the show then.
Yes, and when Cox started to speak up about the young man get the I-5 going around, getting I-5 here and there. And then the same young man that threatening now to burn down with fire Carriacou and Dover and wherever you are. Fire next, you know. You hear that?
I did not say nothing. We stand for democracy. We stand for democracy. When their surrogates was saying all kind of nasty things,
who is that?
They had no problem. We never.
No, what? I heard him say, but I wonder who said anything, and they didn't have no cause to arrest that person.
Right? Yeah.
Who?
No, no.
So, a surrogate.
A surrogate, yes. When they're surrogates.
Yes, or surrogates.
Yes.
He means
Yes.
on the other side.
On the other side, yes.
Yeah, when they surrogates were doing saying all kind of thing, they did not arrest.
But what was the threat that was posed against them for him to say that? I mean, is it that they had? But was sitting on the program week after week, and there was no threatening languages or nothing to the other administration.
You see why again? This is propaganda, eh?
Yeah,
and this is taking things not to what it is, because the incident that happened when I did a follow up on why this gentleman was arrested has nothing to do with him speaking for Carriacou. It was something that he had done earlier on, and they were looking for him, and they couldn't find him.
So that was a personal issue with
somebody else.
Okay,
Yes, I understand that he get into some kind of accident with some vehicle and maybe left the scene and whatever. Anyway, the police had some
personal issue with him,
right, to do with him. Yeah. And that is what transpired. So now they finally catch up with him and they pull him in. But now they're trying to put a twist on him, like because he's speaking for Carriacou on their behalf. Leave it right there. Take a pause. Vibes FM caller, line 9 caller, come in.
Hi, good morning. A long time. Good morning. How are you doing on the panel?
Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, I going back to 2008. Remember the NDC won the election 2008 and 2013. We lost the election, and the NDC was doing roads and culverts and journeys and bridges. soon as the NDC lost the election, the NNP passed, they fit all the material in every community, in every area, even in Blaise, wherever, even in St. Paradise Park, going up to telescope there. And now, I heard it on a program. Now, it's not only a program alone, I had to listen. I'm not bright and educated at all, but I'm common sense. I heard this week on a program where the government, Mr. Vican Mitchell government, whatever, gives people the materials and they go back and they store back all the material from the people and them. You know, this is a lie. And let me repeat again. 2013, they passed and they with all the material, sand, gravel, cement, everything, and they go and throw it up. Where they go and throw it up. I want them to talk about that, speak about that. These NP people, again, they say that the Grenadian never give California nothing, not even a drink of water. I heard it from a column on a certain program. She said that the California never get nothing from Grenadian and never give them nothing. It is Vincent and Trinidad what supply them with water and food. But if it's so, all you want to win back a next election, don't win it by lies, you know, and no apology. Now, some of them pretending them is NDC, them is not no NDC. Because I call your program, no, Mr. Tim, and the NDC and them, some of them, for them to support me and back me up, is all they telling me, the NAP go give me. The NAP go give me. NAP never give me nothing. So you know, either will hold what? All NDC with no apologize. Some of you pretending all these NDC supporters. And I know some of you, I don't have to take light to shine on you. And NDC, do all your work, look at all you people, do a lot of groundwork, and do all your work for we to win back the next election. And some of the traitors supporters in the NDC party. Good morning.
Okay, thank you so much.
He's angry, bro. He's angry. He's angry. I find people, I mean, I know you'll come back to the topic talking about, but I just observation. I find a lot of people these days angry. There seems to be that anger. People can't speak and reason. I mean, anymore. You know, this place is not going the right way. And everybody's angry. Everybody's angry about something. But dying, I ain't getting that. I ain't getting that. Dying happening. And look, I mean, come on. We have to get away from.
You mean, Mr. Coy, after burial you're talking about?
Yes.
That is prevalent in the society now.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, not just.
But there are reasons for that, you know, why people sometimes get into this kind of mode. But I'm going to leave the anger there for a little while and get back to what we're discussing. Now, there's great concern, and I'm making an appeal to the law enforcement officers. Please do something. Do something. This could be just a start, a warning. Listen, somebody sometimes give a little warning, a little hint. Don't take it slightly, because the next thing, because we here in Carriacou, and I heard a program yesterday of one of the firemen, I think, on the program yesterday morning, Koi, where you were doing an interview with him. And he's concerned about fire in Carriacou. He's concerned about the scarcity of water. He's very concerned that if anything major happens, we don't have the resources to control it. And they were very happy, and that to a certain extent, that they were able to control the fire, although it's still burning. Like I think I already mentioned, it's still burning, but it's burning under control. You know, they're controlling the burning rather than the burning going out of control. And he was very happy about that. But they had to do a lot of work in order to bring it to that state, to contain the fire.
One of the things I took away from that conversation I had with him, you know, and I didn't really think about it in that light before. You know, he talked about not just the fire they have to contend with, but the heat. That fire burning with all kinds of combustible things in it. The heat alone just to go in the area, around the area, and deal with this situation. We said, you know, at one time he couldn't see well because his eyes and the heat affecting him. So the point I'm making is that, I mean, these are serious matter. Like, people's lives are also threatened here. And I mean, I can't understand what was in them,
Yeah.
what were in their heads.
To do something of the nature.
Yeah.
Well, people very, like I'm saying,
Anger that causing that because you don't like certain things, you just reacting.
Some people believe it's politics. Vibes FM caller. Line 9 caller come in. Caller come in. Listen to me on the phone, please. Yeah, listen on the phone. Turn the radio down.
All right, Kim.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Kim, last week you had a guy on your show.
Go ahead.
Kim, last week you had a guy on the show, McGilvery, with an incident with his motorbike. The guy he went upstairs to, is it ACP Charles?
I think that's what he said, yes.
Is that the Commissioner of Police in Carriacou?
No, I think he's the ASP, superintendent.
OASP.
Yeah.
But is he in charge of the police department in Carriacou?
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I think that's what he told us on the program, yeah. Yeah.
All right. He went up there and the guy sent him back downstairs. And he had to go back upstairs again before he get the item addressed.
Right.
Could you ask him to come on your show to let people ask some questions and clarify some issues as to how do they function?
You mean the police?
The police? Caller, yeah, please. You listen to me on the phone, please, not on your. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the police. Because this issue with Ziggy is waiting for something to happen first, but something already happened.
Yeah. You're quite right about that. But you see, the thing about it is that the police have we give them the invitation anytime they want to get in touch with the public, just come to us and then we assist them. But they, for some reason, they don't show up, and maybe I don't know the reason. I don't know why, but it's very important that they come forward and share some light to the public because we are concerned. Our livelihoods, our properties, everything has been threatened.
But according to the last caller, the guy is putting himself out to hang because he said, "We just start."
Right.
Those 3 words, "we just start," means what? It is not he alone involved, apparently, in this act.
Right.
What the heck are they waiting for?
I don't know. I really, really don't know. Because, it's very threatening, and it's making a lot of people uneasy. Because listen, let me tell you how easy it could be sometimes. Just about 2 nights ago, I heard some rumbling around my area. Okay, you know what I did? In the middle of the night, I got up, I checked my cameras one time to see what's going on around, what's happening outside, because of concern. Because you never know. They could be coming, they could be lighting, they could be doing something mischievous out there, and you need to address it.
You see, this is the anxiety that they're putting people through for political gains.
Well, quite a number of persons think that it's political. I don't know. I'm not saying that because I have no evidence
to
substantiate the claim.
That guy you call Cox, what the hell school he went to? He couldn't have gone to Dover Model School.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he's from Dover.
He was there.
Because Teacher Kim, 2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah.
When he said we don't arrest nobody, that means they have arrested somebody.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We don't arrest nobody.
Yeah. We don't arrest nobody.
No, I listened to him.
You're right.
No, we do arrest.
Is he a half idiot or what?
Yeah. The English language, he didn't go through that. He didn't understand 2 negatives is a positive. And in algebra, a minus times a minus is a plus. Yeah, I think he went to.
Yes.
No questioning, no.
And he laughing and grin, like a big fool when he said that.
Well, to him, it's humorous, and not even that.
But it's not funny at all.
No, but the thing about it is that they sometimes they get in the applause from the crowd, and they believe that applause that they're getting.
Well, Kim, the crowd is what the crowd is. That's the job to applaud regardless of what was said.
But then
That's
listening.
understood.
But then listening. When Diablo tell them when he want to buy a shirt, he going in Miami. But they're so poor, they had to stay right there and say, yay, yay.
You see, in other words, they hear, but they don't listen.
They hear, but they don't listen. Okay.
Listen, man, thank you for the opportunity. I hope they address the problem. You don't want to say, well, I wish we had done something before. Because somebody else is going to catch a fire with this dry condition and they win.
Yes. Okay. All right, Colin. Okay, thank you. And speaking about the dry conditions again, this is something that has been existing in Carriacou for a long time. Very, very dry. And once there's a spark and it starts, let me tell you, I've looked at in the USA and places the last time in California where they have thousands and hundreds of thousands just burning, out of control because it's dry. And to contain fires sometimes of that magnitude, and imagine they have the equipment there that they could use, and they still having problems. Imagine we right here in Carriacou.
And one of the things that the officer said yesterday too, and which we should also take into consideration, the wind is very windy.
Right.
Even if we have means to subdue and contain, but it's windy. I mean, and when on fire plus wind gets the kind of combustibles, I mean, you can't tell what could happen. I mean, it could just spread. And so, yeah, it puts all of us in a serious position.
But the police ain't doing nothing.
Nope.
So why are they so silent?
They have not. Of course, as far as I know, up to this time,
But did the police did the police officer said that an investigation is ongoing?
Yes, he did say, because I did ask him in try to get that question in.
Okay.
About what has happened.
Yeah.
He said that he was just talking about from the fire department.
Yeah.
Yes, but the CID says is doing the investigation.
No. Well, they will come up with a report, a finding, and hopefully that the culprit will be.
But what kind of investigation they could be doing when somebody make a statement like that and then pull him in yet? Vibes FM, caller, comment. Vibes FM. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, I have one thing to say. Carriacouans should make a citizen's arrest. If the police don't want to do anything, the people could make a citizen's arrest. That's all I have to say for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this caller is right.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But who would take the initiative to do it now?
You could do it. Anybody could do it.
Okay.
I once threatened to take the police in, and he was shocked. I said, listen, I will arrest you. You say you arrest me? I say, yes, citizens arrest. I could arrest you right now.
What was the outcome?
Well, the outcome now, you realize that I wasn't stupid.
Okay.
So he backed off and he went back in his corner because what he was doing there was out of context.
Okay.
Again, out of context.
Yes.
That one thing seems to take prominence, boy.
well, Mr. Context started it,
Yeah.
So that's it, So in order to increase your vocabulary, you sometimes have to learn the words in which and learn to use them according to the meaning.
So Leo is on still, huh?
No, so Leo is listening. You're crazy.
Okay.
But he didn't come back.
I would like to hear his views on it and on the topic,
Well, no, but the thing about it is that
he spoke about
it,
he talked about his disgust and the whole situation. I mean, he was passionate there.
And yes.
Yeah, but
and one of the reasons why I believe, like we're saying, it could be motivated, to
by
politics.
certain individuals.
Yes, because when you get in the attention, when you listen, according to what Mr. Context was saying, this individual was speaking out for the people of Carriacou when they arrested him. So in other words, now he's getting attention from the opposition. He's like a star. Vibes FM, caller you on. Caller come in.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Everyone.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Tanti.
And I hope that everything work out to the honor and glory of God. If somebody
Amen.
make a statement and say, when I open my mouth and speak, things does happen. Because he knows what will happen.
Right.
That's why he open his mouth and talk. And why the police not arresting somebody that making such a statement? It's because they can understand life and they agree with what's happening. If Karakou burn down, Karakouan have to get up and take those who cause it to pay for what happened. Karakou faced a difficult situation by burial. Karakouan are on the edge because of that. And then such a statement coming and things happening and they say where next is because they know. So because they know where next, so when the second one happens, if all you want to sit down and take it like a sheep, then all you is unsensible. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and as this caller is saying, but I remember Soldio saying one time, in that if you wring a dry cloth, what you get from it? So if you take these people sometimes making this kind of statements, right, and you try to say maybe sue them or try to get some financial, nothing to get. So
yeah, but the mere fact that a statement has been made, and you see what happened come to reality. I mean, you have to take this thing seriously.
But they don't seem to be taking it seriously.
Yeah,
because if up to this day, since what that thing happened, I think it was Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Sunday, yes.
And today's
Sunday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And you arrest nobody yet.
Sunday gone,
This Sunday gone. Sunday gone. Sunday gone.
Sunday gone.
Well, yeah, the first Sunday of this week, no sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Vibes FM. Caller coming.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. King.
Yes. Hello.
How are you all?
Okay.
Yeah. Good
Mr.
morning.
King,
Good morning, Galans.
Yeah, Mr. King, something happened in Karakou, and it's very disturbing because hearing what this guy is saying about Karakou, but what next, and we're going to burn next, and I find the police, the law should be that pick up this guy long and question him because remember, Mr. King, Karakou is not like Grenada, so say we have water system and whatnot. And if something terrible, because he said we, and he said where place going to be burned next and we won't be burned next. I showed the police here because Mr. Kem Jones played too much time. I showed the policemen and them heard this guy voice and what he said.
Oh, they know him.
And this guy is a guy that was bigged up in NNP convention or whatever they had by Mr. Cox.
General Counsel.
Said, oh, they're arresting people because they can't talk and what, and that guy was bigged up by the NNP supporters in that place down here. And that same guy is speaking about the fire. And I find that is very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous to y'all in Karakou. And I find the policemen should be pick up that guy already. He should be inside for questioning it. Because we want to know we and who is the others, and then block roads.
Yep.
That the fire truck couldn't pass, go to out this fire.
Right.
Mr. King, this is very terrible.
It is.
Y'all I hope y'all not taking that very easy, and I hope the commissioner of police and the high ranking is not taking that easy because that is not an easy statement for this guy to say. That is very, very serious.
Yep.
And Mr. Cox, as a Karakoonian, he going on stage and big up this guy, and he know what the police arrest this guy for was not for speaking. It was nothing for speaking out. It's something the guy did wrong. And he went up and bigging up this guy. And Mr. Cox is from Karakou. I'm very surprised at Mr. Cox. And so Mr. Cox think he want to win, to say we'll win people and to win election. He going the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Inspector, he going the real wrong way.
Okay.
And that is what wasn't nice on Mr. Cox.
Okay.
And to see this thing happen, and Mr. Cox coming out, he come out up to now to say, well, denounce this fella for what this fella say and anything about what going on in Karakou. Mr. King, I'll have to take that very serious, eh? And the policemen have to take that very. I find it's time that the law should pull in this guy inside there.
Long
All right,
time.
so I'll have a bless.
Okay.
Same to you.
I say, pull him in, question him, because he seems to know something. Seems to know something based on the statement he's making.
But yes,
seems to know something.
yeah.
And if he ain't saying nothing in the 48 hours, and you put him aside, by the time you get on the street, take him in again. Put him in again. You get him to talk. Tell us what you know, because he could be a dangerous guy out there.
Yeah.
Making those kind of statements. Maybe he could be a ringleader. You know, sometimes the people who do it are not the people who plan it. They get their surrogates and they get the people organized and know that when you're looking at them, you say, well, no, I was sleeping. And you could get a neighbor to say, listen, I was sleeping and I'm not guilty. When the thing happened, I was in my bed. But little do you know, that might be the mastermind.
Yeah, the mastermind behind you.
Yes.
Because he rests on the conscience, so you cannot really keep it. You know, you have to actually.
Sometimes you see they have to come out and speak.
They
have to say, and not even that. The good Lord does make them speak the truth when they're supposed to speak. You know,
like they're saying it but not recognizing that they already say it.
Yeah, and not even that. Sometimes they want to take credit.
Yeah.
To let you know,
because I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the Hall of Fame.
No, not that. Because I heard a statement from one resident in the Hillsborough area who says that they live on the bottom side of the playing field. Now, when the wind blows, the fire could spread across the street onto their property. And they are worried that the possibility, if something like that were to happen in Hillsborough, their house and everything could be in danger.
Yeah. Because it's just adjacent to the...
Yes, and imagine the time they did it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Which means the time of night that they choose is when people are asleep. Vibes FM, caller, come in. Caller, you. Yes, hello, yes.
Yeah, this man is this gentleman is a dangerous military character, and the policemen themselves, they're real soft.
Yeah,
they're lawless policemen. They're not keeping duty as police officers. They're this guy that jokers. They have to deal with the most types of that. They're too weak.
Yep.
They're too number. No man, this police didn't sit down on the block too long. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
But do you think that people are very satisfied with that statement that he actually
nobody
made?
could be satisfied.
No,
Nobody
I'm just asking.
No.
Yeah.
Except
satisfied with what?
Well, the state, because the culprits, the culprit that actually involved, and then you make a statement like that, and then people in the community, in the vicinity, really, some people would really dissatisfied with such a statement that he had made, knowing that is a fire that threatens property and livelihoods.
Stick up in for a minute. Vibes FM, WhatsApp caller coming. WhatsApp caller coming. Hello, caller, you're on now. Please listen to me on the phone and take a radio on. Caller.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
Hey,
Yes,
good morning.
yes.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Great. I enjoy listening to you guys' program. I'm calling from out of state. I'm not living in Grenada, but I'm certainly a Grenadian. I've been listening to this stuff. In fact, I visited Carriacou just about the week prior to the hurricane. And I mean, it's a lovely place. I've been to Peter Martinique and everything. Lovely people and stuff like that. I'm pretty much disturbed with this whole situation here after, in fact, knowing that Carriacou went through something like that and someone from Carriacou deliberately committing an act like this, blocking this road and stuff. And then we have an individual on the social media making a statement that sort of just expose everything that is happening here. And not only that, it's a political wreck too, because he's saying that the government, at the end of the statement, I think he was saying this government don't know what they're doing.
Right.
In that there's a political aspect of what happened here.
Yep.
Now, if this had happened in any other part of the world, let's say the US, this individual wouldn't be outside now.
Nope.
He would be questioned. He would be picked up, questioned, to the core. I mean, and then they made the statement that so there must be other individuals involved in what is happening here. So he's an individual, he's a key suspect with what's happening. And I don't understand. Is it because it's Carriacou and not Grenada? Like the mainland, that we're not arresting this guy?
Well, I really don't know.
Understand that aspect.
It doesn't make any
Pardon
sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, whatever's part of Carriacou, Grenada, Petit Martinique you are, you're still a Grenadian under the laws.
I'm just saying, I'm not hearing you clear though, but I'm just saying, if it had happened in the mainland, would there have been an arrest of this guy? Now, let me just make the statement. Who is affected here now? Not people that are living in Grenada, but it's the people that are living in Carriacou that are affected. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense that he says Carriacou next, I mean, the whole of Carriacou next, and it's fire. Carriacouians,
Right.
everybody in Carriacou should go down to the police station today and protest against that, because you guys are in unrest. I mean, obviously, I heard you say just now that you heard some noise outside and you had to put on your camera and stuff.
Of course.
Well, you better keep your camera on all night. And also, too, I think you guys should mobilize. And in fact, what's the brother name? The political representative.
Yeah, Mr.
He
Andrew,
should be out there, and you guys should mobilize. All Carriacouians should go to the police station to make sure something happens, because it's you guys that are on arrest down there. You guys that are on stake for what can happen in the future. And he pointed out everything that could happen. So I believe you guys should really make a move on this. If the authorities are not making the move, you guys should make the move. Go out there, protest in front of the police station, even in front of the guy's home, because you probably know where he lives. But I wouldn't suggest his home. But in front of the police station, you guys should go and make sure you make some noise day in and day out. Let the police guy in, because he probably is the only threat so far that we know of.
Yeah.
Have a good day, guys.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Take care.
Thank you for your call there. Let me bring back Salio. Salio is online. Salio, come in.
Yes, Kim the King, I'm listening to the discussion. But, it's common knowledge that your right to free speech doesn't preclude my right to self-existence, In other words, you could say as much as you want and be as free as you want, but you don't find yourself in a crowded environment and shout fire. Because you doing so might cause a scramble, you might get trampled. So with you running your big mouth might endanger my right to exist in peace. So my guy here, I refuse to call his name, because as part of what he is doing, he's looking for recognition and prominence. But as I mentioned earlier, I do not deal with Kole Wash. So the police have a right to, in protection of the citizenry, ask this guy, pull him in. If he could be kept inside for 24 hours without a charge, put him in 24 hours, let him go take him in there 24 hours again until he learns sense. Those threats that you're making are causing unrest to the population, because you and I who think that we began bad enough to handle the situation. The poor old lady in Abbeville or Carriacou, who see themselves as being affected by what these guys are saying and take him seriously, are now being traumatized. So I thought the police is to love and protect and what you get, serve and protect.
Yeah.
And that includes people's safety and happiness. These guys who have nothing to offer. And it is shameful that in this instance, again, Nolan Cox was quick to big him up and say he was being victimized. Why you can find the gumption and the decency to say, well, that which you guys are doing is not right.
Mm-hmm.
Come up and make a public statement, denounce it.
Yeah.
So, you know who I'm blaming? I ain't blaming the Kole Wash, I'm blaming Nolan Cox and by extension, Keith Mitchell. Because they're the ones who giving this Kole Wash the voice.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah.
Oh, you mean who else to go blame the box stops with you?
Yep.
And if you as one who has been prime minister for God how long, and the other one is the bride in waiting for a marriage to be minister for Carriacou and Petty-Matic Affairs. Those people should be tackled and called and pulled to their senses. And as the last caller quite rightly said, the citizenry should call on Cox and any of the opposition who represent this guy in the decadence is carrying on with. So there is another cause and reason for us to, again, open our eyes and do the things that are right to protect our being. If we want to sit and take it as a ship, dog will always come in our fence. We have to make noise when the time comes, And no matter what people tell you, that you respect the ex-prime minister and that and that. Respect is a two-way street.
Definitely.
It is not a one-way street.
Right.
And so our elected officials should be prepared to give respect if they expect to get respect.
That's right.
So it's simple. So if you're going to have this wash, disrespect my people in the way that you're doing and saying these things, well, the other day I understand he called him a name, but I say this guy gets a privilege. What exam he passed to call me name? Huh? I think this guy finished school. What exam he passed to call me name? So I just read him to God.
Yeah.
So,
I say when I hear my name calling, I ain't responding to that because I ain't going down there.
No,
I ain't going down there. I ain't going
no,
down there. No, I ain't going down there.
No.
I mean,
yes, and especially when you see, I just finished dengue. I ain't with mosquito. This guy go Fred? You must be kidding.
So Leo, hold a second there. Let me take a caller. Stay on the line. Caller on landline comment. Caller.
Good morning.
Yes, hello, yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to make a comment on the situation with the fire in Carriacou. The statement that the guy made. I listened to it on cam. I looked at the video and everything, and when I figure it out, the guy have incriminated himself.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't seen him, but the details that he gave, he's incriminating himself. So I don't see what is it that the police have to wait to arrest this guy. Not only for questioning, but this guy should be a charge to be placed against this guy because he gave evidence.
Right.
Based on the
statement
he's making, in my own opinion, that
right.
he gave evidence.
Definitely.
And I can understand the delay in the acting of the police over that concern. This is a serious matter. I mean, fire don't play. Coming up from a hurricane and then the whole of Carriacou burning down is not an easy disaster to go into. This is worse than even the hurricane again.
That's it.
So, I mean, I think it's time that the police should play the part and have this guy arrested.
Long time ago.
And place a charge against him.
Okay.
And also,
yeah.
I want to send a warning to the NBC. I wanted to take a look at what happened with the election in the United States. Based on the lies and deceits that the Republican Party and Trump have been spreading out there, and see what was the turnout of the election. I want NBC to really take a page of that. You see, NMPs are the opinion, and the same thing like Trump. The more you push your lies, the more it becomes like truth.
Yeah.
And people follow it. And the other thing about it, and the Bible says so, the poor you have with you always. And Keith Mitchell recognized that the poor people, once you have them to believe in certain things, you always have them with you. So NBC needs to look at that and do not forget, because one of the things with the Democratic Party, they only talk about the people, the middle income people.
Oh yeah.
The developing people, right? And they haven't mentioned anything about the poor people. But you've got to build the poor people. These are the people what really cause the economy to grow and spread. Because these are the people who spend the money, as Keith Mitchell says. So the rich man go Miami and New York and spend the money. The poor people are staying in the community and spend the money. That's where the money circulates. That is what helps build the economy.
Okay.
So they have to be very careful of what they're doing from here because trust me, keeping children is on that agenda and they're not afraid to tell lies. They're not afraid. They have no empathy of spreading these false rumors outside it.
Okay.
And they are, I know that from a long time they are taking a page from Trump. So, and this you have to watch yourself.
Okay.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Let me tell our callers again. We got more than one line. You can call us on 443-0101, 443-0101, or you can also call 458-1914, 458-1914. If you're looking at our Facebook, you're looking at the YouTube, you're going to see the numbers scrolling on the bottom there. I have another guest in my studio, and I'm going to just move right over. It's a welcome to Antoinette. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, good morning.
Nice
I'm
to
fine,
have you in
thank
our studio. I told you whenever you're in Carriacou and whenever you feel like dropping by, feel free to do so. And you're taking the opportunity to step into our studio this morning. So let me say good morning again, okay?
Good morning.
All right, okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All with a big smile on your face. Isn't that nice? Okay. And I know you came in here to, join the discussion and you have concerns as well, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
I do.
okay. Yes. So we're willing to listen to you. Some of the things that, yes.
My concern is, after we had a hurricane that destroyed, 90% of the country, and we have our own people setting fires.
Yes.
And our NNP
Yeah.
supporters going along with this nonsense. This need to stop.
Yes.
They need to stop because this is Carriacou. Maybe Kit Mitchell don't have a stake here, but Nolan is from Carriacou.
Let me phrase that word maybe. That is not maybe. He doesn't.
He doesn't have a stake here
Right,
because
yes.
Carriacou, he doesn't care about Carriacou.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Obviously, the whole time he was in office, he didn't do much for us.
Right.
So if he doesn't have a stake in Carriacou and he doesn't care, Nolan is from Carriacou. And he needs to speak to his supporters and let them know what they're doing is wrong. We can't continue to be doing these kind of things.
Because even though they're not involved in it, but some of the comments that are coming from them, indicates that they're sort of like happy or glad to see what's taking place because,
because it's something to come to this government about and say, oh, we're not doing anything.
Right, yeah.
We're not doing it for everything that this government is doing and has done for the last 2 years that they did not do. They need to just stop with the nonsense.
Yes, definitely.
They need to stop with the nonsense.
There's a thing they call incitement. And even if, as you're saying, and Kim, even if they may not be, but by the very action.
The reactions.
Inciting things.
Yeah.
And even,
Like, but listen, even this individual caller that we played the tape on the audio. And he was saying, I tell all you, when I say something, it go happen.
Yeah,
and
because
then,
they're encouraging the nonsense.
And then in the end, he said the government, no, you see?
This government,
because he's one of those who's speaking against the government. So in other words, anything of the nature that happens like fire there, whether he's involved or not, he's happy he's joyful.
To blame this government for it.
Yes. Blame the government for
Blame the government for everything.
Right. And that doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
And this is where now people like Cox should come out and condemn.
And say something, condemn it.
Don't go on social media and say something. Come out. And we always invite him to come on this program. This is Carriacou. This program is open to him.
It's open to everybody.
Yeah, look at you just walked in here. Say, come in. It's your program, it's your station, it's there for you.
Come and say how you feel. Come and talk.
No,
But they're not coming on the air to talk.
No.
They're staying on the sidelines to incite the nonsense.
That's the bottom line. And that is bad.
No,
and it's very concerning. And I'm telling you, I made a comment on one of the other programs, and not on this program, but I'm mad about it. Blue mad. Because why? These things do not happen in our Carriacou, and it's threatening each and every one of us as individuals. Your property could be in danger too,
Yeah,
because
and then you block the road with a bunch of old fridge.
Right, sis. And listen, the whole of Carriacou is on fire next, Whole of Carriacou, You understand that? Carriacou? Not only Dover, not only Hillsborough. No, well, not Hillsborough. You say Tongue and Dover. The whole of Carriacou.
Because you don't know where's the next place they're going to set the fire.
That's it. And look at the time that the fire was set, 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 a.m. when everybody's asleep. So you're waking up in a blaze. And water is so scarce already. in Carriacou, and the police sit down. Joke
You know, one of the
Let me take a call.
Okay,
Let's take up in there.
go ahead.
Landline caller first. Okay, the caller is going there. So go ahead, Kai.
Yes, I was saying one of the observations that was made yesterday when I was speaking with the officer. You know, the gas station depot is not far from there, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and so we have to also consider what we we are saved from. Yeah, what we are saved from.
And this is the time to take the necessary precaution.
Yeah.
Right. And we don't have fire trucks in Carriacou.
No, one fire truck there.
We don't, and the fire truck belongs to the airport. So if it was something where the fire truck was on the airport, what would happen to
Well,
us?
again, that's another issue again that we don't even want to imagine.
I mean,
that.
I'm saying, yeah,
That's frightening. Very, very frightening.
We
don't have water. We don't have a fire truck, and you're setting a fire. So what is your intent?
And the wind is blowing. And the wind is heavy.
And it's dry season. Water is scarce. There's so many negatives there. And that's making it very, very dangerous. Landline caller coming. Landline
Good
caller.
morning.
Hello, yes.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, Solio.
Yes, Solio.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Brother Kim.
Yes.
Good morning, Brother Osbert.
Okay, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Cole. This morning is a very, very serious morning, and this is not a morning to make joke with.
Yes.
I want to first make a statement and give an introduction before I make my 2 pence count. And I have no regret for saying that. The closest thing to hell right now, to the devil on this planet, the closest set of people on this planet right now to the devil here again is NNP, Beryl, and Israel. I have no regret in saying that these are the three things I call them thing on this face of the earth that nobody wants to correspond with. You see this thing in Carriacou, it affects a lot of people in Grenada. Right now I have 2 people from Carriacou who all time listen to the program on my radio from True. And it disturbed them a lot. How Cox Snow was to come out immediately and make a statement. Well, he make a statement where he put up on social media or whatsoever. Let me tell all you don't know what's going on. There's a plan in Grenada with the NNP government to win at all costs. That is what the leader telling them. If we don't do it now, we will never do it again. I'm telling you all that. This is no joke. Them men have businessmen who is loyal to them, who is paying for buses for they have them meeting. Some people just going on the ride because be the people toner like Gary. And encouraging people to do a lot of wrong things. This is just the start, A lot of people is getting money, who getting money to call on the radio and just say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Who call in and do all kind of a wickedness to people, who is making mischief, going on social media and all kind of things. You see this thing, what a caller said a while ago, that is how I was thinking between Monday and Tuesday. The whole of Carriacou should go to the police station. The whole of Carriacou should go to the police station and tell them this is an arrest. And call for the regional force to come in Grenada, the RSS. Make them to know that all there is no pass by. Make them to know there's a part of Grenada and Telecom Pity Martin Kuyawan. And I'm very disturbed that Kevin, I don't know what they have started the benefit of the God to pick up this guy and call for a state of emergency in Carriacou because there's more threat. There is a plan to win at all costs. Grenadian businessmen who backing them and who in backing them be under a lot of people getting paid for a lot of nasty things to do. Be careful with them, Kim.
Okay.
But be careful with them.
Right.
But I call you, be careful with them. So you're careful with them. Always target every day that they hear what's going on in Carriacou, they're rejoicing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught, you know, Mr. Leo. When that man here is sick, that man is rejoice, you know. Wishing your body, you know. That is all Beryl could do, you know. And all they must tell Kelvin, tell him Ken, and correct Leo. This man's name is not Nolan Cox. This man's name is Beryl. He's a wicked guy. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. You're listening.
That's the anger. That exists
No.
out there.
But you can't blame people, you know, Antoinette, for reacting like that and making those statements. Huh?
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Because in a time like this after a hurricane, we shouldn't be worrying about a party. We shouldn't be worrying about NNP, and it's supposed to be, everybody's supposed to come together.
Definitely.
Everybody's supposed to come together and make decisions and say how we can help our citizens. But when we're dividing people, then what is this for? What are we doing?
Well, the whole thing about the opposition has been division, you know, and they were built on division, so they have to try to maintain that. But I'm surprised, you know, like you just mentioned there, you know, Cox didn't come out and say something publicly, and not even he alone, but even the leader of the opposition should come out and say something too, because it's inciting violence, and they all in their general council was saluting the individual who made the statement. In other words, he was a hero. He got a hero. Yes, you look at that. He get high five, low five, all kind of fives. In and around on the table, the head table, in the audience, wherever he was. And that should not be, we should not tolerate that.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't tolerate this. Shouldn't be about politics right now. This should not be about politics. This is about helping the people to rebuild.
Yeah.
So now that you're setting a fire, how are we helping each other?
Yeah.
How are we helping each other? In the beginning, when we had the hurricane, they didn't even want to come out and clean up.
Right.
You know, they have this mentality that somebody's supposed to do everything for them. We all have to get up and help. We all have to get up and get the boots on the ground and start helping. Mm-hmm. Don't expect somebody to come and help you. You have to get up and help yourself. Mm-hmm. And now you're setting fires and they're giving you high five for setting a fire?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
and I know you in your part, you know, where you reside, right, at this time, to doing so much to assist people who are affected by Beryl.
We were taking every weekend to pack bottles of water and clothes and food to send to help people. Uh-huh. And for them to be behaving this kind of way, it's disheartening. It is disheartening because, you know, we're trying to help and you guys just trying to destroy. Mm-hmm. And this is not a good thing. It doesn't look, we don't look good. It doesn't make us look good. So for them not to stand up and say, okay, we can't do this, and they're giving high five, that's disappointing.
I mean, there's so much to be said. Eh? It's very disappointing, as you just mentioned there. But anyway, we have to do what is in our powers to see if we could, you know, survive, control, whatever words you want to use, you know, to go through this kind of a situation that we're experiencing right now. I just can't believe it. I mean, I'm shocked up to this day that we have not heard anything from the opposition, who seem to be bigging up this individual when he was in the General Council. Vibes FM, what's up, caller? Come in.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Kim.
Yeah. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. You're on. You're on. Yes.
Yes. I want to look at this fire in Carriacou from a little different perspective. Did the Minister for Carriacou Affairs say anything about it? Did he come out and make a public statement about this fire thing?
Oh, he did. Yes, he did. He did it almost immediately.
Almost immediately, he did.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does he have the authority to ask the police to do something about this guy?
Well, I'm not going to answer that part of the question because I'm not sure. I mean, he has the authority.
What about the Minister of National Security? Because listening, I hearing a lot of people seeming to blame people on the opposition, right? But the government in authority right now has the power to issue an order to arrest this guy. Well, arrest, take him in for questioning.
Yeah.
Because listening to that tape and looking at it, the guy has incriminated himself. And that word "we," I think, is very key to whatever charges that might be laid later. The question must be asked, who is the we he's talking about? Because as far as I could tell, that fire was not set by one person. Well, the action was not set by one person, in that you block the roads, right?
Right.
So you have to have more than one person doing that, especially the hour of the night that the fire was discovered.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you do it during the day, people would see.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it had to be more than one person that do whatever it is to create that fire. And as I said earlier, if the authorities are not doing anything in terms of taking in this guy for questioning, a citizen's arrest is appropriate, in my estimation.
Yeah.
Somebody a caller earlier said to go to the police station and demonstrate, because Karakuan's lives are in danger, especially after coming from that horrible hurricane, right? Beryl traumatized not only people in Karaku, people abroad with Karaku roots are traumatized too, And then on top of that, this is psychological warfare. They're trying to get the people of Karaku so frightened about what is going on, and the government and the present government seem not to be doing anything. So that making inroads in their minds. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We have an alternative. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people of Karaku, to protect yourselves, need to do something if the authorities won't do it. Demonstrate in front of the police station, call for something to be done immediately.
Yeah.
And if the authorities refuse, as it seemed to me they are doing now, you do what you need to do to protect yourself as citizens arrest. I'm going to emphasize that, because I'm sure people in Karaku know who this guy is and where he is living. You cannot leave it just on the opposition.
Yeah,
and I
okay.
hope you understand what I'm saying when I say you cannot leave it up to the opposition.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
There is authority in Karaku who has the power to do something. The minister, I think, the minister himself should call on the police to do something. And the something needs, as it was said earlier on, take him in for 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever it is that you let him out, you give him 2 hours, you pick him back up again.
Yeah.
Keep him under constant
Time
surveillance.
Yes. Caller, just hold a second there, please. One of my guests want to respond to what you're saying there. Go right ahead. And yes.
In my response, we're not blaming the previous government. We're just saying they know what's going on, and they're high-fiving the people that's doing these things. So we're not placing blame on anybody. Okay, we're just saying in a time like this, we need to come together, and it shouldn't be about a party. It's about helping our citizens to rise from what just happened. And for you to be on the opposition side and high-fiving something like that, we think is disgusting. Okay, we're not blaming.
All right.
We're just saying they need to stop.
I'm not blaming anybody.
Uh-huh.
I am not blaming the opposition. What I am saying is the emphasis from the calls that are coming in seem to be on the opposition saying something. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
But there are two sides. Because I'm not hearing much of what the authorities are doing. I'm not hearing much about that. It seems that this guy has gone free. For all you know, he might not even be in Karaku. Because he knows exactly what he says. He knows exactly what he said is wrong. All right? He got the encouragement and he get there to say what he had to say, because the opposition person for Karakou caught himself. Well, he said, I ain't saying nothing. We ain't saying nothing. He said something previously that gave the impression that they know that they were lying, right?
Okay.
And when he caught himself, we ain't saying nothing. We ain't saying nothing. You know, you have the authority to speak, and we believe in democracy. The emphasis seemed to be on the opposition. I'm not blaming them in that kind of way. I'm not blaming the government in that kind. I'm just saying that you have to look at the both sides of it. My burning question is, why is this person allowed to be roaming the place free?
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
He is a threat, a national
Threat. Yes, it.
Right? He is dangerous. We must be proactive rather than reactive.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You cannot wait until something happens and then try to prevent it. That's foolishness.
Yeah.
The man give you all indication what his intentions are. He named places, where and where next.
Yep.
And then he concludes by saying the whole of Karakou. You don't know what he has. You don't know if he stockpiling whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
To set Karakou on fire. That is why he is dangerous. And he should be taken in for questioning. He should be taken in for questioning and find out who else he's working with, you know, to protect the lives of Karakouans. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And if the authorities refusing or can't, or maybe they don't want to because they don't have whatever it is they're looking for, you know, Karakouans need to protect themselves. That's what I'm saying. You know?
Okay.
And I would love to hear something from the Minister of Karakou Affairs, not on Facebook. You know?
Yes, okay.
They need to address nation.
I'll try to contact him on that, yeah.
They need to address the nation. Because who knows? It might start in Karakou and end up on us in Grenada. You never know.
Okay.
If that one is successful, you're making things easy for others. Yeah? They do whatever he do and then do him anything. I could do it too. Right?
Okay.
So we need
Yeah.
to hear from the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Karakou Affairs. We need to hear from the police. We need to hear from a host of people on both sides of the political fence. Both sides of the political fence need to come out and address the situation.
Okay, Colin. All right. Thank you.
Karakouans' protection.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. This caller said a lot. Really. And this is something that we should be taken very serious because all of us could be involved in it. And just imagine that the threat that was made, they went ahead with it. Who knows? Back in the US, I mean, this couldn't happen, right? And that couldn't happen.
No, they'll be arrested already.
At
least be in for questioning.
Oh, yeah, pull them in. And pull them in for the 48 hours.
Yes.
And then put them on the sidewalk and pull them in again.
Yeah, as soon as you let them go, you can pull them right back
you have
in.
the police outside waiting for them to come out.
As you walk out the door, arrest you again for another 24 hours.
Yes.
Somebody is responding to that concept, that idea. In fact, I was following it on the chat here. The same thing about releasing them and then pick them up back again. This person on the chat is saying you can't just release him and pick him back up 2 hours after without further facts to prove your case. So in other words, you bring him in, question him, and the 48 hours expired, and you realize that you have to let him go. You cannot just rearrest him again without you having further facts, because arresting someone really is about having evidence, and you have to prove your evidence, not just I think so. So I'm just saying somebody is responding to the conversation about just arresting him or questioning him release him, and then again do it.
Hold
So
on. Listen.
according to
Let me tell something.
according to law.
No. According to the law, you have to have evidence, like you're saying, right?
Yes.
To rearrest him, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have your people out there in the field gathering evidence. Time expire when he's just been released.
48 hours.
The 48 expire, and we coming in with new evidence now. Take him back.
No problem.
As you let him out, you take him right
take
back
him back
in.
because we
Because
know
if
we
he
have some more
incriminated
evidence
himself.
now. He incriminated
So,
himself, yes.
The point is,
So you don't have to wait no 2 hours.
It's not just simple
Same
as that.
time.
Yeah, it's not just simple as that.
Simple.
Because we function with law.
Yes, it could be simple. Because when you have people investigating, you would have investigators in the field doing the investigation while he's being interrogated in the cell wherever he's been held, right? And if he were to be released and they coming back with more information, you let him out of your sight? You're joking. Take him in again until we get the truth. We get some more evidence. I'll find out exactly what transpired, because this is very dangerous. I'm taking it very serious because I'm just trying to rebuild my place now, spending so much money and everything like that. Now imagine some vagrant or some kind of plot or some kind of nonsense come and burn my place down. Listen, they go on fire too, you know. Serious. Because that is a serious threat. And not
It is a
only
serious threat.
individuals, Karaku, everybody. And I think the police should step on it right away, in my view.
Well, I think we need to have a say.
Well,
Say
definitely.
something.
Well, as a matter of fact, I tried to get in touch with the police just before I get on air there. But because of the situation with telephones, you know, the calls are not going through proper, and you have the cell lines and whatever. As we used to reach a police station before easy.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a little bit more, the times are changing, you know, but hopefully it's going to come back to the way it's supposed to be. And we'll be able to deal with a situation like that. Let me try to take another phone call there. Vibes FM, WhatsApp caller, come in. Come in, caller, come in. Hello. Okie doke. Seems as though hello, caller. Sadio, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Kim.
You could feel what's happening at this time, because people are very annoyed and about the situation, you know, and we think something should be done right away.
I totally agree, because you see, as long as you continue to traumatize the nation, and in particular older folks, with your threats, because these people might be going to bed and not worrying about what may happen to them. It's not your right and privilege to be traumatizing the nation. It's not your right and privilege to say things and openly threatening the quiet and peaceful existence of people. That's not your right. So I agree with them. This fella, he should be right now, as a matter of fact, every 24 hours he should be in either Iraq or Iran, goes to his police station.
Yeah. No, what you're saying is something very, very concerning. You know, very concerning that we have this.
Yeah, man. You can. We have elderly people living in the neighborhood. Some of them just have a can of water and rice will come in. What's going on? We can't allow that to be happening. To please who?
Yes, and the next thing somebody just messaged me and said the next thing we should look at too, if he is to do that and get away with it, then it will come like a practice, like somebody else could do it too, and then all of a sudden everybody just do it, and then starting to look and say, well, this one did it, nothing was happening. How come you picking on me now? Exactly. Somebody just messaged and tell me that they said this thing should be addressed right away.
It should be.
So it should be set on as an example. And people should learn from this to know that in a country with law and order, we need to deal with it. Very, very concerning. And next thing is in Peter Matnick, you know, Osbert. Next thing, Peter Matnick could be next, because Caracol and Peter Matnick is one, you know.
Yeah, it's just a little boat up there.
That's a little boat in the night and come back down.
Probably because of the influence, you know, that he really has on social media, you know, his surrogates and them could actually, you know, follow suit.
Again, that is why we need, especially in times like this in a small country, small island, we need to address this kind of situations. and don't let people just do it and get away with it.
No.
Not at all.
You have to make an example.
Make an example. Yes.
Yeah, but we're calling on the police to actually do the necessary due diligence.
Well, I believe, I'll try again after this program to get in touch with them. But as always, they're listening, eh? They're loyal listeners to Vibes FM. And not only in Karaku.
No, then you should ask one of them to step in here.
Well, you see, in many instances, they're very shy in coming forward.
Shy?
Because for the simple fact that there's so many questions and they don't want to give answers. And one of the things that they're always saying, it's under investigation, so we cannot speak to that level of, questioning whatever. Once it's under investigation.
Okay, but all they have to do is say what they're doing.
Say what they're doing. That's it.
We're not asking for any other information, but to say what you are doing.
Right.
That's all the people need to know.
That's it.
What you're doing.
Something been done. Let me take a call again. Vibes FM caller, landline caller coming. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, that is why I love the revolution, Because the revolution, you're under a heavy man as well for you. Whether he knows or not, self-implication.
Yeah.
These are revolution. You can't be doing this thing. It's a counter.
Yep. Yeah, a counter.
And as the police said yesterday, good thing the wind wasn't that high.
Right.
To more the debris and catch, because I think the Frank and them have a a 3-story building there.
Yes, yeah.
And this building may cost $millions of dollars.
Right.
And this thing, if the wind was really blowing heavy, it would have been total disaster in Hasville. Then scrape up his building there.
Yeah.
Have the fuel place there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then you cannot get the fire truck, cannot enter the area. It's blocked. I mean, people just looking at this thing as simply about that serious act, and I call that seems like domestic terrorism to me.
Okay.
And I think the police them, I think there is a level of incompetence. So where there is a level of incompetence, I expect nothing much to happen anyhow.
Because you talk about incompetence, and I spoke to one officer yesterday, and I asked him what has been done. Are they doing anything about it? And he said to me, well, we have someone in there, some individual in there. And to me, the answer I was looking for from him was this individual who made the threat, which should be the first one they should pick up. So I specifically asked him now, I said, well, what about the individual who made the threat? And he says, well, as far as he knows, nothing was done yet.
So what are they waiting for?
That's suspect number one.
That's for suspect? First person?
But
yes.
Let me does the
one person said he was in the street. They pulled him in already.
Long time? Yeah.
Long time. Who is we?
Yes. Tell us your colleagues, your group or whatever. So you're not acting alone.
Actually, to our citizens, start putting camera in their places, because I think these people and them are up for something.
But still, although you'd have cameras in your place, if a fire is really set, I mean, really, cameras, I mean, you might see who did it if you're lucky to see that, if you didn't burn the camera too. But the idea, the damage would have been already done. So now you have to try to see if you could control the people who are thinking along those lines. Discipline them.
I'm putting out into expense, because I'm thinking about putting camera and alarm system in my place.
Yes.
Because hello.
Yes.
This is out of control now.
Okay. All right, caller. Thank you so much, Jay. Sodio? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. A lot of these people are making so much sense. I think that again has to go back to our Minister for National Security, that this fella should be pulled in for questioning because he's traumatizing the citizenry, and that mustn't be allowed to happen. Since when these guys have so much authority to do as they very well please, they don't care who they offend, who they hurt, who they traumatize. I find that making too much sense. You must be answering to some authority when you behave in this manner. what you're doing is not right, and it mustn't be allowed to happen. My take on the issue.
Okay. Yes. What's a caller coming? Caller coming. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes. You on?
I'm very disturbed by this whole situation here because is the authorities what are they waiting for? For example, something like this happened, and it's to me it is putting a lot of stress on the people of Carriacou. Not only Carriacou. I think I called made a statement just now. I'm living in Canada. I have folks in Carriacou. People are living in the States have folks in Carriacou. People are living in England, wherever you are in the world, you have folks living in Carriacou. And something like that happened. We have an individual that made statements surrounding the incident. And you mean that person is still out there?
In the loose, yes.
Is this what the person is out there?
Yeah.
That individual hasn't been arrested.
Not to my knowledge.
That's a joke. So let's say there was it was a bomb that exploded. Let's say it was something where the police station, or not police station, let's say the city hall or whatever in Carriacou was blown up, and you have statements like that. Would they sit on it like that? Or are they looking at this as a simple situation? Because that person that made the statement, he don't necessarily have to be in Carriacou anymore, even if he lives there. He could. He has enough time to get out of Carriacou, and then we're doing an investigation to find someone that we could have apprehended at the same moment when this thing happened.
Right.
So now we're waiting on. What are we waiting on? What are they waiting on? What are the authorities waiting on? What are the police force waiting on? What are the government waiting on to initiate that something like that happen? Because Carriacou has just been through this devastating hurricane just shortly, and now we're trying to build back. And we're having individuals that even live in Carriacou trying to destabilize whatever is going on in Carriacou. Something is wrong with that. And nobody, the authority is not picking up this. I'm not talking about picking up everybody. If you didn't have anyone, like I had someone that came out on social media to expose themselves like that, that's a different story. But we have evidence that point this individual to what is happening. And that person is outside still. Something is wrong with the system in Grenada. Something is totally wrong. You don't wait, because that person don't necessarily have to be in Carriacou anymore. They could leave and gone already. So now you have to extend your resources now to find that person. Yet Carriacou is burned down, and you don't know when something else is going to happen based on what he said will happen. You don't have any information on that person. You don't have them so that they could give you information in regards to what could happen later on. Something is wrong, and that's why I called earlier and I said to you guys, you are the people in Carriacou. If no one else is doing, you are Carriacouians, you are Carriacou. Go to the police station today and demonstrate in front of the police station so you get some answers, because all of you would be sleeping in the night with you, how they call it, like cat sleep. You're sleeping and you don't know what's going to happen to you. And a lot of you, so you folks on the radio, because this guy is targeting the government, basically, based on his last statement.
Yes.
The end of his statement. So obviously, people like you that are supporting the government and speaking of the good things that the government are doing, you also are targets.
Definitely.
You also are targets. Your house could be burned down, whatever you have could be destroyed in moments. And the same thing would happen. So I'm saying to you guys again, get up, organize, go to the police station, get answers. Because I tell you something, it happened Sunday, I believe. This is going to be another Sunday. That's 7 days. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That person at least should be arrested already and questioned and at least put you guys' mind at rest, even if there are other people there that wants to do something, but at least we have somebody that would speak on what happened.
Okay.
Please go outside there and go to the police station. Call your members, political members, tell them what you're doing and make sure that something happens, because you guys can't just stay in this situation for that much time and nothing happened about it.
We can sit back.
Please.
Okay. Yeah, we can't just sit back just
no,
like that.
We can sit by.
No,
just can sit back and wait.
That makes no sense, eh? Vibes FM, landline caller?
Yes, good afternoon again. I'm calling on Carriacou to call the Minister of Security for Carriacou, Grenada and Titi Martinique to say something and let something happen immediately. because we have a Minister of Social Security, and the Minister of Social Security is the one that should concern most about the security of Carriacou, Grenada, and Petit Martinique. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. 4430101. That's the number 4430101. You can also call 458-1914. 458-1914. All the lines are busy, okay? But this is very concerning. And Koi, I think we have some work to do.
Yes.
Osbert, you might want to take on the take the
investigation task.
Yes, to go to the police.
Okay.
And make a demand and see what they're going to say. Because in situations like this, if we didn't do it, we have ourselves to blame at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have to blame ourselves. Listen, we should have done and we didn't do it. And sometimes we're just waiting for the police, who, for whatever reason, they might be reluctant in investigating the situation there and making it more.
But in your opinion, why do you think that? Excuse me. Why do you think that you should be reluctant? What is the problem, really?
Well, I don't know. I really can't even say. But the fact is that when I asked one officer what was done, and they said to me nothing was done, then.
Well, there is a reluctancy on their behalf.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Because it makes no sense when you have evidence of the nature to be sitting on it.
Yeah, you're not working on it.
And you're not doing anything about it. No. Vibes FM, landline caller.
Hello?
Landline caller, come in here.
Hello?
Yes, you're on.
Yes, good evening.
Yes.
I'm just calling to give my thoughts about this thing. This Mr. Nolan Cox, who is the representative of Carriacou on NNP side, he made a lot of statements about the garbage. He made a lot of statements about the school with the tent. He made so much of a statement like nothing was happening in Carriacou.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, this man comes and has lies talking about garbage and whatever. Who you think what people think is teaching this guy so much of bad things in his head? Because he's making so much of statements before concerning before
the fire. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before the fire. And Mr. Cox was just doing like he was not from Carriacou. He didn't pass through Beryl. He was doing so much wrong and saying so much wrong things. Even in Parliament, he went and speak about garbage.
Yeah.
And he knew what happened. It's not like, NDC sends Beryl. To me, it's like you're destroying your own self. We want thief, and you climb the mango tree, and the watchman come and hold you. You don't know about that.
Yeah.
It's sending a bad message. Mr. Cox is destroying the whole thing. And I wish he could speak to the person what he's setting on fire. Because he's setting them on fire.
Okay.
And running.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you know what, Mr. Kim? When there was a murder in Carriacou, this same guy went to the police and get license to have a demonstration. You remember that?
I remember that. Yes. When the young girl was killed. Yes. Uh-huh.
And he was calling the mother of the child whatever name.
Right.
And it was so sad. And now you're doing an exposition again, doing the same thing.
Yep.
So it's sad for Carriacou. They'll destroy us already. So what is the cause of that again?
Yep.
You're destroying us more now. So the sadness he said he had for Carriacou, Mr. Cox, it's not sad. It's just an ego. Just to get yourself in power, you're doing all those things. And he should join with the NP to make Carriacou more comfortable.
Yep.
I don't understand it. I'm troubled.
Okay, caller, thank you. Listen, somebody just messaging me here, and I think this is very interesting. So, Kim, the two clips you played earlier on, where Cox was speaking about the garbage in Hillsborough, and then this leader of the opposition spoke about it as well. And then in a matter of days, the garbage in Haverville was lit. So could it be a way of storing and giving them some sort of a thing to do or something of the nature? Could be. You never know. You never know, because they spoke about the garbage. And they condemned the garbage. They dumping. They call it garbage anyway, but it's not garbage, by the way. It's galvanized debris from the hurricane. But they call it garbage. As a matter of fact, Diablo call it trash.
Okay, but 90% of the country was demolished with the hurricane.
Yes.
Do they expect them to be able to? The people from Carriacou wasn't even helping. You had people coming from Grenada, to help to clean up the place. And we had people sitting by waiting for the government to come and clean, when they should get up and help. They should all get up and help, but they had this mentality that everybody's supposed to do something for them.
Yep.
But more hands make the work lighter.
Definitely.
So if you get up and help, then you're letting the people that come to help you see that you also participating in trying to clean up your country, your state, your island.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't have to come and help you, and you sitting by waiting like, okay, the government has to do this for me. Get up and help yourself. And for Nolan Cox to be acting like, okay, in a matter of weeks or a matter of months, that 90% of the damage done here should be cleaned up. Why isn't he helping to clean up? This should not be about a party.
Right.
This should be about Carriacou. And you being part of Carriacou should come and lend a hand and say, let me see how we can help.
Yeah, because as you just mentioned that, I've not seen Cox and these guys there in playing any leading role in the cleanup.
It's for everybody to come out and help. So you come and give your ideas. You come and say what could be done, or what you think, or how you feel. But if you sitting back and making comments and you're not being helpful, what are you? Are you a Carriacouan?
And criticizing. Not just
you're criticizing
comments.
And you're high-fiving somebody that's setting fire?
Listen.
So what does that say about you? Do you have a conscience?
I don't know. Cox, speaking about the garbage.
We have been calling for school to reopen. We are not against school reopening. But if you have to open school, you have to ensure that the environment is suitable for our kids to go. To some extent, we know that we're in distress.
Really?
But when you open, for example, the Hillsborough Secondary School, that is adjacent to the dump site, what sort of message are we sending? Is it fair for parents to send this child to a school that is exactly opposite the dump site? Is that fair, brothers and sisters?
Cox is calling where they galvanize and all the debris.
So why doesn't he come out and help?
And he called it a dump site.
Okay, but we have to have place to put the stuff. So it's not there that's going to stay there forever. But what does he want them to do with it?
And now that I said earlier on, he and his leader of the opposition singing from the same hymn book, and right after they finished singing, we had a fire in Dig Passé in Haverville.
And here you have a playing field. And the dump, the trash was taken and placed in a playing field. So I asked the bishops to visit the place, and when I reached there, the chairs came off.
Really?
I can't understand how all the lands available in Dumfries and other places, a good tractor can clean up a place. You take the trash in the dump in the middle of Hillsborough, the town of Carriacou, in the only playing field in the heart of town. With Hillsborough Government School and 3 other schools around there, the children have to play. Friends, if you don't know this, a real growth of a child It's only not only about the academic thing that you teach in the classroom.
All right, you see that? And not even that, but if I'm looking at the timeline now, just about 24 hours after that statement was made, this one came out.
I tell all you, anytime you come out of something that will happen. With no stop. They just have the tongue next, and then do my next, and then the whole I can go. It's fire. One in all you. This government didn't know what they are doing. They don't understand.
See?
But what has the previous government done for us?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that question been asked quite a number of times.
They were in power for how long?
About 40 years.
And Cherry Hill didn't have a road for years.
20,
Cherry Hill
to be
didn't
exact.
have. I've been in America for 40 something
Let
years.
me correct that. Hold on. They've been at the helm 23 years. 23 years. Yeah. But the leader of the opposition been in parliament for 40 years plus.
Right.
Okay.
And Cherry Hill did not have a road for as long as I've been in the US.
Yes.
I left here and we didn't have a road. My father used to say, the road is not in the hole is not in the road is in the hole.
Okay.
And plus the people has been
Okay,
there.
and they did nothing. They started fixing the road around election time.
Right.
Okay, because at that point you want people to vote for you, so you start to do something.
Right. That's correct.
But all the time it was there and you were doing nothing to fix it. What did they do?
And it's still been left to be answered. The question still is unanswered.
Okay, this previous government has come out and tried to fix all the roads and give people roads that didn't have roads, and they're trying their best. And now we had a hurricane that destroyed 90% of the island, and they expect you to build a school in 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have the manpower to build a school in 2 months? Dover School is completely gone.
Yeah.
So that has to be rebuilt. So all of the trash around is trash from the school and stuff that flew from wherever, and we have to find a place to put it. So where do they want us to do with it?
I think the leader of the opposition did say in response to that comment that you're making, where he said you have a land of place, and they could take a tractor and just clear up land and put it there. That's the thinking. That is the thinking.
So you go move it from one place to another place.
Yes.
And then you still need to get rid of it from that place.
Yes,
So
yes.
why, so
Yeah, I mean, that's just-
we're supposed to be working smarter, not harder.
Correct.
So what are we being? We going backwards or are we being stupid?
Well,
probably both. 6.5 dozen.
Probably both. But it is even mentioned, when you play like say Dumfries. So what exactly are you saying? Where's the plan? The plan, this,
and and the whole idea, which you realize too, is that this government, when they use the area as a temporary site, to get rid of the debris, it's been compacted and shipped out of island, just like they've been doing in Petermatnick. Osbert could even be a witness of that. In Petermatnick, they picked up most of it. Try to compress it and ship it down to Carriacou to ship further on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what its government is doing right now, because there's a barge supposed to be coming to pick up a lot of the debris that has been compacted in containers to be shipped out. And Project Pristine confirmed they clean up, which they're doing there. And they even told us the process that's going to take place. But it takes time. I mean, July, just 5 months. I mean, I'm very proud of what has transpired in Carriacou under this government, whereby we were able to clean up the island so fast, and people trying to get back into their usual routine in so fast with assistance from government. 5 months, listen, 5 months.
With 90% of the island destroyed.
Yes. 90% of the island destroyed. And in 5 months, you find we're trying to come back to normalcy and in such a short time.
To help people to rebuild, to help people to make sure that they have a shelter over their head.
The rebuilding process is taking place.
Well, in any disaster, you have probably 4 phases of the disaster. You have the first phase whereby you will bring in relief supplies. Then you have the cleanup process, and then you have the recovery process in terms of starting to give material to people to actually rebuild. And then probably you'll have a few houses to demolish and whatever in the process. So people just have to understand that this government has done their best over 5 months.
What they have been going at express speed.
Yeah,
I call it
extreme
express
speed. Yeah.
and we can't we have to. But the thing about it is that the opposition is the one trying to stall the process and be very negative in the comments, to create some sort of a unrest maybe or something of the nature in the minds of people that they should be getting more than what they're getting.
But I don't think it's unrest, but I just think it's just trying to destabilize the process, in terms,
When the opposition starts saying rescue Grenada, really?
No, I think we probably. I wonder if we're not misunderstanding that. Now the time we have to rescue Grenada from them.
Well,
from them trying to rescue us.
But how long do it take people in Grenada to recover after Ivan and Emily?
Well, I heard
there are still people who trying to come out of that.
20 years.
20 years later.
Yeah.
20 years plus.
Yeah.
There are still buildings without no roof.
Yes, there's still
There's
buildings
still
with
demolished
tarpaulins,
buildings.
and there's still buildings that never been even touched.
And you have the gall to comment.
Yes. You might just imagine that.
And 5 months and you complaining.
And this government is doing a lot right now. A lot of houses are in the process right now of being built,
Yeah.
They have the prefab going on. They have the Build Back Better, Project 500. I mean, it's amazing when you look at so many things coming from different angles. And I know within the next couple of years, I mean, most of the houses would be rebuilt already. I mean, we've been in a better situation.
Well, I think within 36 months, you're supposed to see full recovery. Based on the speed I'm actually seeing things actually rolling out within 36 months.
Well,
I believe that, yeah. Because if you have 90% and 95%, and on PT Martinique, you have 99.9% of the houses being affected, and you're seeing material actually rolling out now, you're seeing the island is really clean.
But you see, one of the problems we're having here is that, one, there's a shortage of labor, skilled labor.
Yeah.
We don't have that. And two, there's a shortage in housing accommodation. If we wanted to bring in people to come into work here, that's another problem.
Okay, you have no place to house them.
Right. And there's another problem again, materials.
Yeah.
Now, over the last couple of weeks, you wouldn't believe it, that my work was stalled. Why? Materials, no cement. Some of the material trying to get, like wood and stuff like that, not available.
And there is another, I heard on the ground that there's another hardware actually coming. Hubbard's is actually coming on the ground now, so then they would be able to kind of fill the void.
They're already here. Yeah, they're already here, but the thing about it is that demand is very high. Vibes FM, London caller coming. Hello, caller?
Brother Kim.
Yes, go ahead, yeah. Go
Brother
ahead.
Kim, how are you?
Okay.
Brother Kim.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, you listening to me now?
I'm listening to you, yes, go ahead.
Okay. In 2008, when NDC win the election, they was asking Kit permission to do what they have to do.
Go ahead.
So now Kit want the NDC to ask him permission to do what they have to do, or the government supposed to do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
The government supposed to do what they have to do. The opposition see what they do. That is their business, what they want to say.
Right.
But caller, you also have to remember that after Hurricane Ivan, when the former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas had asked the former Prime Minister that we'd work together, he said that two male rat cannot live in the same hole. So I mean,
I heard that. I heard that personally.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So let the government do what they have to do. When them come in office, if they get through, they will do what they have to do. Let it be them out, let it talk. If talk, they could talk. Nothing else they could do.
Yeah.
Nothing else they could do.
Okay. All right.
The government don't have to ask them permission to do nothing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Like that.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Just before we go on here, and we'll just switch a little bit, I was trying to get in touch with our minister because I realized that they're beginning to do a lot of the road work now. And I saw one area that was mentioned that was up for tender, and that's in Mount Royal. And I wanted to get the information from him as to exactly what are they going to do in Mount Royal, in that area that's up for tender. Because I know before the elections, it was talked about that they were going to try to widen the road from going into Mount Royal. Now, you guys would know they've big rock area. It's very, very narrow. Vehicles passing there have a lot of issues, and it was talked about widening the entire road to make traffic flow much easier. And something is up for tender now, but I can't really say. I hope it's what they have talked about in the elections that's going to be taking place now. That would be nice, because from years and years gone by, I've traversed that road. As a matter of fact, I've operated a business in that area at one time for quite a number of years, and it was something else, trying to see if we could get traffic in and traffic out. It was a nightmare. So hopefully next week I'll be able to give a little bit more update on that. That we exactly
what's about the helipad?
What the helipad? That's true. You realize that we're going to have this helicopter service in Grenada?
Yeah, well, it was promising. Remember one time during the campaign, he said we might put one in Pitmatic as a matter of linking. Of course, around those times he was talking about Pitmatic, but I'm just saying he was making the point that to link all the islands is reasonable
in emergency
and so on. So now this now is talk about one in Carriacou, and it's Kimi, is it in Bele Park? I'm hearing it's likely to happen.
Well, yes. When we did the town hall, they had decided that with the teaching hospital that's going to be built very soon too, they talk of a helipad in Bele area to help the transportation of people who might need it in the emergency would be done.
Yeah.
And now we've seen the helicopter service just been launched this week. I think it was. I want to believe that we might see the pad before the hospital is completed, because the situation that we have in Carriacou when it comes to bringing
emergencies
out of Carriacou into Grenada. Waiting on the Osprey, which takes a couple of hours and things like that.
It's really a matter of urgency.
Yes. Quicker, better, faster, safe
Waiting
lives.
on the Casco, on the Coast Guard.
Waiting on the Coast Guard sometimes, and you
but is there a talk about new teaching hospital in Grenada now?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that is in the making.
But the site is located already?
The site has been located. As a matter of fact, what they're doing now, they are doing some work with the people, because it's not going to be done with just Grenada all by itself. They're trying to get investors out there in other countries, whoever, with partnership, something.
So hopefully by February in the budgets, we'll be able to hear something substantial actually moving forward.
Well, I'm hoping so, but like I say, we really don't know if that will materialize. Let me see. I'm trying to get.
But yes, while you try to get that call coming in, well, the next thing that we have to start paying attention to, if we're really serious and want to rebuild this place, budget is coming up soon. In fact, they had to postpone the normal budget time. I mean, it's normally the end of the year. But now they're asking that it be done in February because all these things that has happened.
It just transpired.
Yes. So I'm saying again that it is an opportunity for us here in Carriacou. Let's come together and plan. Know what we want. Plan and let's budget for it.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But there is something that is to me it's very transparent. Is that when a supplementary budget in Grenada has been read under the previous administration, the lifespan of that supplementary budget has never expired. What they do is that probably September they would do the supplementary budget, and by December they will read another budget for the new year. So I think that this government is saying, okay, look, we already did a supplementary budget. So we would want that to expire, and then we're able to do the national budgets and actually moving forward. And that's my opinion, okay. So I think in that vein, at least we were able to have some more time, as you say, to plan strategically so that we were able to make a valid contribution towards budget 2025. Because I believe that private sector and agriculture, housing and infrastructure development is the way to actually go for the recovery after July 1st. I mean, that's my opinion. So therefore now whatever we do in moving forward, we should be able to plan strategically to ensure that we build back better in terms of moving forward.
Vibes FM, caller come in. Caller, you on?
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Kim.
Yes, good afternoon, yeah.
And the team.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
How everybody?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Kim, with all due respect to you, sir, remember the porcupine is a treacherous beast. And remember he said, one time he said, there is ISIS in Grenada. The porcupine said there is ISIS in Grenada. And they have to look out for the ISIS. So with the statement that make from the gentleman, that is part of the ISIS. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You understand it? So we have to keep with eyes on that porcupine because that porcupine is a deadly porcupine.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, since in 1972, that porcupine walking up to this day, they don't walk it. The only time that porcupine go down walk is when he cut off him.
Mm-hmm.
So please, let's keep ourselves together and ask God mercies, and He's working out best for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution there. 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914. 458-1914 if you want to call and make a contribution to the program. Now, we just spoke about the helipad, and someone is making a comment here and saying, it's the first time in the history of Grenada that we could have a service of the nature.
Exactly.
And they write about that.
Exactly.
It's the first time in the history of Grenada we're going to have a helipad service.
In Grenada, in Carriacou and Pitimante.
And Carriacou and Pitimante. which is commendable.
Because during the hurricane, we didn't have a helicopter for the Prime Minister to come here. He had to ask for a helicopter to come and get him and take him here.
Right here.
So having our own, I commend them.
Isn't that nice? I mean, it's nice that
it's an indication that we are prepared to learn the lessons. In the future, if we have one of that again, something like that again, we know exactly how to respond and some of the injuries and damages that we may have had then could be reduced because we learning our lessons. We must have those things under control.
But that's taking place right now with the Build Back Better.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, I'm very, very proud now of our buildings that are going up, whereby we are taking the necessary precautions to make sure if the same thing were to reoccur, the damages that we suffer would be minimal.
Right.
It definitely will be minimal.
Yeah.
Because we are in a better position now to know what to expect and how to prevent as much as possible we don't get back in the same situation. Vibes FM, London caller coming.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
Okay. The opposition of them only talking just to make confusion and make mischief. Because when NMP was in power and Hurricane Ivan passed in 2004, a lot of people didn't get no help from him. People had was to wait for their family to help them build a home. A lot of home, up to 2020, 2021, when you're passing up in the country, you're going to still see people up in the country, St. David's and all places. People's house was covered with blue tarpaulin. How much people did they help? They didn't even have the farmers to give them a chainsaw to clean up the land or to send people in the land to help them clean up. This government, barrel pass, and farmers get much help. They get chainsaw, they got people, laborers to go and help them clean up in the land. They get money. Who get chick that to help them back build up boat builders, boat people with boats, got engine, who got their boat damaged and whatnot. This government give them, and that is 2 years and a half. They was in power. The NMP was in power. They never helped people as how this government helped people after a hurricane. So I don't know what they're talking about. Hey, and yesterday, Mr. Kim, I went down. They had an opening with a developing a house, Build Back Better, for a woman that she house was damaged. And Mr. Kim, if you see that house, proper built, well painted. She got her plumbing, everything good, bathroom, light, and everything.
Okay.
And it was well built. And if when she think and she could able to take out the because of the building with the wall as how they build back better and the wall on top. So if she has money in a few years back, she could just take out the board and go with concrete. And that house was so neat and nice. Build back better. How much house they did build back for people in Grenada when we was demonstrating with Ivan and Emily? Now all of them talking about debris and what the people had also clean up the whole debris for themselves. The whole of Grenada was in debris, and who had to clean it up? We, the people, had to clean it up.
Yeah.
Government, Grenadians, a lot of Grenadians come up in Carriacou and help clean up the debris. How much NLP people went up? How much Nolan Cox did Nolan Cox come and help? No, they're talking about dump and whatnot, and who set fire and whatnot. But it have a God, and whoever set that fire and whatnot, the culprit will be whole. The culprit will be whole. So let it go on, and let it try to get Miles to come back in power. But all what they're doing, they still won't get back in power, because Grenadians' eye open, and we see a government that is love and a government who is hate. And that government we have now is a government of love, and it's for everybody, not for one person, not for NNP or NDC.
Right.
It's for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And we love that government that is there. And long as we, the people, we have to stand up for our government. As how country, we have to defend them.
Right.
And if we defend them and we stand up for them, then afterwards, then the NDP will be able to come back. But long as we stand up and defend and say what this government is doing, because this government is doing a lot, and they're doing a lot to help people. Thank you, Mr. King.
Okay, thank you so much. Next caller, WhatsApp caller coming. Caller?
Hello,
yes.
Mr. King.
Yes,
Good
hello.
afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
Yeah, well, in regards to the guy on this fire, even though they arrest him, the police could apply to the court for extension time of the arrest to question him.
Okay.
Yeah, the police can do that. That's law, you know.
Okay.
They could say they haven't got sufficient time. They need some extra time, extended time, and they could apply to the court to do it.
Okay. All right, but I didn't know that. It's good to hear that coming.
Yes,
That's a possibility. That's something that could be done here.
All right, then, guys.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Well, you live and you learn, eh? Vibes FM, landline caller. Okay. All right. Okay. I never knew that. I wonder if he might be correct. You could apply to the court to get extension
I'm
time.
not sure about that. I know you can rearrest.
I know you could rearrest. Yeah, I heard
once
of that.
you walk out the door.
Right. Okay. But to apply, maybe you never know. Anyway.
So what you applying to the court for? To what? To rearrest?
No, not to rearrest.
To
He
what?
said that you can
extend
his time.
Extend which time?
Extend his time. You can hold him for 48 hours.
Yes.
After the 48 hours, before the 48 hours is over,
yes,
you can go to the court and ask to keep him longer because you getting information.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
Yes. Okay. No, I understand.
That I'm not aware of.
I'm just trying to get my head wrap around it to understand it.
But the whole idea why he's making that comment too is because of concern.
Right.
Because, in situations like this, where you need to investigate and get information out there, sometimes, the 48 hours is not enough, or the rearresting is not enough. But if the person realizes that I could be inside there for unlimited amount of time, then you start thinking different because you want to get out.
And then the others would start
And yes, whoever it is, because sometimes you're looking at 48 hours and you're looking at the time and say, oh, tomorrow I'll be out of here. So I ain't saying nothing. But when you know there's no definite time where you could be let out, then you start.
The time will be indefinite.
Then others will think twice.
Yeah. You have to think twice, But all these things will be done to stop people from thinking and doing this mischief. It's a deterrence, And you have to make sure that you put these things in place so people would know exactly, well, listen, if I do this, this is the consequences. So let me just behave myself as a good citizen. Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, yes.
Yeah. This is, you listen me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. I demand that I told Kai just the other day investigated something for me. I demand that spend 32 years in prison without a trial. Without a trial. I spent 32 years without a trial in prison. I want to know if there's a law for that. That's why what they pay. And the most I've spent is by under Kiss oppressed. I was oppressed by Kiss for the 14 long years.
Caller, you're so close to your phone, to your radio. You could move away a little bit because we're getting a feedback, a strong feedback. You move away a little bit so we could hear a little much better. Just move away. All right. Right. A little better. Yes, go ahead. You said 32 years.
I was saying, my name is Septimus Gilbert, better known as Grenada Mandela. A man that spent 32 years in prison without a trial from 76 to 2008. When they get tired, they let me go. And I want to take something I find that is unjust to me. Because I don't understand it. I want to find out certain things. Yeah, you know, I would like to get a lot of this thing.
Hold on, caller. You were arrested in 1976, right?
Yes.
What were you arrested for? You were charged for something?
Yeah, they meet somebody down on the side of the road and they pick me up. They say, I the person that caused the death of the person. Up here. But all this time they couldn't try me because there is nothing that they could have do.
No evidence?
No evidence, nothing.
And you were kept...
all government that come, they just ignore me, they just keep me in prison. Until my grandfather say, well, boy, it's time to go and invoke a miracle and I come out.
That's a story. You have a story there,
I mean, 32 years is out of the question. There is no charge. There is no charge that I could charge.
Caller, were you ever after while you were in prison? Were you ever brought to the court to defend the charges or anything of the nature? You never been.
Well, as I told you, there is no charge. When I say that, it's up and down, a remand, until the revolution come and they just keep me in jail and every government that come, they just keep me. You don't understand?
Yeah.
And probably they just give me a sentence in prison.
Without a trial?
Where there is no thing that, I never passed to a judge to say sentence to this, sentence to that. The question.
They just keep him sitting there.
That's out of the question.
Yeah.
I'm more than charged. You cannot keep a man for all these years. Treason, you cannot keep a man for all these years. Code and all of them who they take kills, all kind of people, they never spend all this time in prison. You don't understand it?
That's.
I would like to get a lawyer. I mean, to find out, discuss that, and give me a feedback because I don't listen to the program.
Yeah. Yeah, caller.
Caller.
I tell Kylie last time that day,
Yeah, caller. Let me ask you. I would think a case of that magnitude. Have you contacted a lawyer or had the assistance of any lawyer?
Well, I'm trying to. This is why I'm trying to see now. I tried some lawyers already. I mean, Peter David, I tell him about that happy thing. I tell everybody. But boy, society,
Probably doesn't have money for a lawyer.
Yeah, you see,
and then nobody's going to do this pro bono.
Right, yeah.
People, when you pull.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We understand that. We understand that. But I mean, I think it's for all these years, 32 years.
Without a trial.
I don't lie.
No, I'm not saying I'm just kind of trying to wrap my head around it. How could without nothing happening?
Without no trial.
Yeah, from the 28th of December 1976, 28th of December, that was a Wednesday. They pick me up, they just meet the person, they say, it's me, and they just keep the officers and them just say, man, show your ass in jail. You excuse me.
Yeah. So when were you released then? I mean, you want to try?
I released 2008, just before election when Keith Mitchell lost.
Yeah.
Because no Keith Mitchell.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay, we lost him.
We lost him.
But what I'm thinking though, based on part of what you're saying, if I were to catch it properly, You don't seem that he's in a position financially.
No.
Was to afford
if you're in jail
lawyer.
for that amount of time and you come out of jail and you don't have the means to pay for a lawyer, and nobody's is not, in other countries you have lawyers who do stuff pro bono. Here everybody want their money,
But
so you don't have anybody fighting for him. And who are you fighting? Because
Yeah.
who are you fighting?
Yeah, that's
At
it,
that
yeah.
point when you get out of jail, who put you in jail? It's like, okay, in New York you can go after the
Legal aid, there's a legal aid.
but you can go if the police arrest you
Yes.
illegally, then you go after the
government.
no, you go after the police, police department.
Yeah, police department. Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But who is he going after now? After sitting in jail for all of this time, who is paying him for all of the time he sat in jail for something he didn't do? If he say he didn't do it and he's sitting in jail for 30 something years for something that he didn't do, and then you come out of jail and you lose all of that time.
Half of your life gone.
Yeah, 30 something years, half of your life is gone, and you have no means to get a lawyer to pay for you, to represent you, to say that you're innocent, an innocent man sitting in jail. So who is paying you for all the time that you were sitting in jail?
No, but we have a system here in Grenada, as far as I know, that in a case like that, the state provides a lawyer. The state. I mean, the charge is.
We have legal aid in Grenada?
we have legal aid in Grenada.
Okay.
But the state provides. I mean, you're saying that you are the charge, whatever is murder. Yeah, that would be a charge that the state would not allow you not to be represented in any way. That's fine. I mean, I know of cases times when they give you a lawyer. Yeah,
but he said he never had a trial.
So which ministry?
He was just sitting in jail without a trial.
But
so how do you just hold somebody in jail without a trial, without him coming? You have no evidence. First of all, in order to have a trial, you have to have some evidence against him.
Right.
So if you meet somebody on the side of the road and you just pick up somebody and say, "Oh, you did it," you have to have some evidence that they did it.
Yeah.
You have to have some fingerprints, something.
Yeah.
To hold the man in jail for all of this time. So you hold him without a trial, that's what he said. He never saw a judge. He never saw anybody. So he's just sitting in jail without a trial for a murder he didn't commit.
So
who is helping him now? Who is saying, okay, for half of your life that you spend in jail for something you didn't do? Who is giving him some help for that?
So whose ministry legal aid fall under? Ministry of
in New York, you sue the NYPD.
Yeah, you see, yeah.
In New York, you will sue the NYPD for arresting you for something you didn't do.
Right, especially.
Who are you suing now?
Social services.
I'm thinking it's part of that.
Part of social
but
services.
yeah, but this situation that you just talked about there, I mean, really, that's sad.
Somebody who involved in human
Even
rights.
in New York City, they would a lawyer will take the case, and if you don't get anything, right, they take the case. And they tell you, okay, you don't have to pay me until you get paid.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So they work.
That's if it's a guarantee case that they know.
Well, no, they work on percentage, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And if they lost the case, what eventually happen?
They don't get paid. They're telling you, if you don't get money, I don't get money.
Okay.
So we kind of doing this pro bono.
Okay.
With the hope that if you're suing this person, once you get paid, I get paid.
Okay. Fair enough. But which ministry? I was saying, which ministry legally fall under?
Well, I don't know, but anyway, I mean, for somebody who was sitting there for 32 years.
Well, if he's still listening, then
yeah,
he can see if he can get a lawyer that would work with him. But I don't know who you're suing at this point.
But it's still the state.
We do have to get some more information.
Well, you're suing our government.
Yeah, well, the state. Yeah, the state.
Yeah.
But in this case, at least somebody needed to step up and help.
But the police fall under the Ministry of National Security, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's the
so then that's who you need to sue.
Yeah. The ministry,
because you arrest him without evidence.
Without evidence.
And you didn't give him a trial.
Yeah.
So you kept him in jail for all of this time.
When did you say?
So then, what is the law? What is the law for that? That you sit in jail without a trial for 30-something years.
Yeah.
Well, human rights. We have a human rights activist here, so he's supposed to be able to give us some clarifications. Sakar is a human rights activist, so if Sakar, you could help us.
Yeah, well, the law about what's staying being charged, but I there are some questions I will need to ask.
You need to get some more information from him.
Yeah, some clarification because you were listening to 2018.
Yeah.
And in 2004, I'm
24.
24 now.
Yeah,
All these years?
Yeah, but I guess he didn't know what to do.
No.
So,
Well, you see, he has
so
a
now
problem.
that you're talking about holding somebody in jail without you having all the evidence that you need, can you hold them beyond that kind of time? He's coming forward to say he was in jail for 30 something years for something he didn't do, and they kept him there.
Yeah. Well, from a law standpoint, legal standpoint, I don't think that is allowed.
But he was let out without a trial.
Well, I mean, again, all these things.
Obviously, they had no evidence.
They had no, but
For you to let him out, because if you had evidence and you had him in jail, he didn't see a judge, he didn't go to trial, you just kept him sitting in jail because he had nobody to come forward and fight for him.
Because when they let him go, I mean, in 2008 when they release him, that's a big thing. Then
you just release him, and I guess at that point you have no money. You've been sitting in jail for 30 something years. How are you fighting this right now? If you have nobody to advise you, if you don't have family members to advise you, because sitting in jail, if you had family members at that point, they would fight you to get you out. So obviously he didn't have too much people fighting to get him out of jail.
Someone just messaged me and said to me, let the caller who spent 32 years in jail contact Jerry Edwin as his human rights has been abused. Guilty or innocent, he must be tried in a court of law.
Yeah.
So he can sue the government of Grenada.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So, really.
We do have a lot of things taking place.
Yeah, because he had a right to a trial.
Yeah. Free and partial. I mean, like everybody else, you can't.
And then you have your evidence to show why you arrested him. But if you have no evidence, you just keep him sitting in jail for 30 something years.
I don't understand.
But the state would have to give him some form of compensation.
Exactly.
Well,
and maybe that's what they need to step in and do.
Yeah, I think there are some things that we'll also need to.
Some information that you need in order to move forward.
Yeah.
But like I said, one of the problems he's been having though is because he doesn't have the financial resources.
That's what he said, when you're poor.
Yeah, when you're poor. Yeah, so that's a deterrent. Right there and then you feel
sad.
Well, yeah, it's sad.
It's sad.
Just can't move forward because maybe anybody he would have gone to would be looking forward to.
Obviously, if his family had the means of helping him, he would not have been in jail for 30 something years.
Mm-hmm.
But he probably didn't have family members that was able to help him to say, okay, let's get a lawyer, let's do this, let's do that. So he's just sat there.
Yeah, and he says, who helped him in the end?
His grandfather.
His grandfather or somebody like that.
Yeah.
That came forward and do something, whatever.
Grandfather shake the bully.
443-0101, 443-0101, and 403-0101. You can call any one of the numbers you want to join in the conversation, or you can also call 458-1914, 458-1914. You hear some of the stories sometimes, and it's just a feeling, just to see what some people would go through.
It's heartbreaking.
And it's very heartbreaking, I mean, just listen to him there. It just make me feel, if a family member or even me, could have been in a situation there to be behind bars for 32 years.
For a murder you didn't commit.
For something you didn't commit. And I don't know if the joyful part or the worst part at the end of the day is to let you free without a trial. It's, you're glad to go out.
But who's compensating him for the 30 something years he was in prison?
That's it.
Now you come out of prison and you have nothing.
You don't have a life.
How do you move forward?
Vibes FM, you don't have a life. Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
Hello, everyone. How are you all?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good day.
I listened that man testimony there. It is very sad if that's the truth, And but someone should help him because he can if it's true he can sue the state for compensation. Yeah. Another thing, Kim, anything making nice about Ivan about Beryl in Carriacou when he passed and look, people not getting help and things. I want to tell LMP, when Ivan passed in Grenada, look, the pumping station over in just in Queen's Park there, the people in River Road, it take them 6 months to get electricity back. 6 months it take them. And they did not help everybody to put up the roof. Some people have to find the money to put the roof. Such as me, like me. I have to find money. Find money to put up my roof. And a lot of other people. You know, so I don't understand what it's taking. Everything takes time. Everything can happen at the same time. So I tell LMP, shut up and hush your mouth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It's the
Next,
same thing.
caller, next caller coming. Caller
Hi,
coming.
Mr. Kim. How is everybody? Mr. Coy.
Hi.
Mr. Pitty Snake, I'm
Hello,
so
hello.
happy you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Short leave.
And Mr. Joseph, bless you. I'm glad you're feeling much better. Yes, I was thinking about what happened to that man. He would have to contact the civil rights people and see how they could help him.
Yeah.
And he should be compensated.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, have a nice day,
Okay,
everybody.
thank you.
Yeah,
so
same
much.
to you.
Yeah, I think what has to happen now is that now that this was brought to our
Our
attention,
attention.
we need to investigate it. We need to go into it, look into it. And yes, he did speak to me some time ago. We are in the process of trying to understand and get some more information on that. Now he raised it again. Definitely, the pressure has to be kept
mounted.
Yeah, so that we can get to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
compensate him for his
yeah.
time.
I mean, it's injustice. I mean, and I'm hearing Kim making the observation that it might be lack of ability to pay money for a lawyer. I mean, that's what justice is.
But the government should have lawyers that's working.
At the bottom again, justice is what we're talking about. So you have to
That's
ensure.
That's why I ask if Grenada have legal aid.
Yeah, they have legal aid. But you see, the legal aid we have here is not mainly. It's not for murder. We have legal aid for domestic violence.
Okay.
Yes.
Child abuse.
Yes, and child abuse and so on and so forth. But in terms of
representing him for a murder he didn't commit.
Yeah.
But you're talking about he was released back in 2008. That's a long time.
No, I'm saying a long time and nothing. I mean,
16 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sad.
But
Vibes FM?
obviously, it's bothering him.
Yes.
Why he keep bringing it up?
Yeah, no, but well, after you spend
32 years and you come back out of jail for something you didn't do, and now you have to start like your whole life all over.
Yeah.
And you don't have the means to do that, so it's weighing on him. That's why he's bringing it up again.
Yeah.
Vibes FM, caller, London caller coming.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Right, I was calling a while now regarding that situation with fire.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Right.
You kind of low. Could you just bring up
in
your volume?
2010.
Yeah.
After Ivan, I remember we had a lot of fires in Grenada. You know, and I was saying to someone some time ago, I said, boy, people in Carrick to be careful, you know, because look what happened in 2010, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we kind of have that in mind. So I'm not surprised. However, the other spin to it now is that hearing Mr. Cox mentioning that the environment for the school and whatnot. But what they didn't consider, right? Because they have to say they, because the guy said we.
Yeah.
So to light the fire, someone must have had assistance to block the road and that kind of thing. So we.
Yeah.
But what they didn't consider, by lighting the fire,
What could have happened?
Not what could have happened. They talked so much about the children in the school and whatnot and what. Now, after clearing these burnt material, that field will be unusable for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the nails and all those other things there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that's another
definitely.
thing. That ground will be unusable for a long time.
Well, based on what I've been knowing and what I spoke to those in charge of the cleanup and everything like that, is that intend, and there's certain amount of money that's allocated for the grounds to be brought back to its original or maybe even better condition. That's what they told us, right? Kai, I remember you speaking to Pristine, Mona and the crew here, and they talked about that they have monies there for that.
But they might have said so before that fire. So that's something that to consider.
Well, definitely, as a matter of
They were still smoking on
things from there after the cleanup.
Yeah, because the situation would have changed, from the regular cleanup.
Yeah, but I don't think so. What I think would happen is that as soon after the debris has been removed, they would probably throw in some more topsoil again, and then they would be able to plant some grass and get everything back up and running. So I don't think that it would be a problem with any nails or whatever objects that is actually resting there.
But that's something that have to be in mind.
Yeah.
Well, they said that they would have done that, and the press conference they did mention that. So it's nothing to worry about. It's just that they find a place to put the debris short. That's a short span.
Of course.
Maybe by January, we're supposed to see some movements in that.
They like to run them out and everything so much that they wasn't even checking on the effect of the fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I thought I should put a different.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's good to hear that.
Yeah. Well, the opinion is valid.
There's buildings close by.
Yeah.
You could have catch somebody's house on fire.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about Dover. If you catch the debris by Dover School, there's other little houses around.
Yeah.
So you're just catching everybody's house on fire.
Well,
because if that's that running, we don't have a fire truck. So then how do you out the fire? We don't have water because it's dry season. Right, and people have to buy water. So if you don't have water, and we don't have a fire truck in Carriacou, but the one for the airport, then how are you out in the fire? When everybody else that catching a fire, how are you out in that? And then how do you reconcile what you did?
I wonder what is the message they're trying to send to us?
No, they're talking about the garbage because they have a problem with the garbage.
Yeah,
if that's all you have to worry about.
Precisely,
Yeah, that is all you have to worry about the garbage.
I told them don't put it there and even
but where do you put it?
Well, that point.
Where do you put it?
But after Ivan, as somebody told me, in Grenada,
it's not.
They had stored everything was stored in Queen's Park. Temporary.
Yeah, well, I mean,
temporary.
Yes, for
that was for the Thomas and Georgia and surrounded.
Yeah, but it was massive.
Yeah, it was massive.
Yes, and that was there for a couple of years.
But nobody complained about that.
No,
so
but
why are they complaining?
Well,
they have to have something to talk about.
Something to talk about, and that's the bottom line. Because
I wonder if it's because they find that the way, despite whatever, the burial experience was handled. I mean, one wouldn't say 100%, but of course
the speed, I believe.
And how things were going. They felt it should not have been so easy, quote unquote. They wanted the chaos.
Right.
People should be running in the street and bar and say, "Oh, we want help." So they're inventing things. I mean, how could you want to invent?
It's just something to talk about. Because if you have nothing to talk about, you have to bring something up.
You have to
make something up. It's like our government in New York now. They had to bring up about the Haitians eating dogs and cats.
Yeah, right.
And it wasn't true.
Exactly.
So you had to make up a story to get somebody's attention.
It was even said that's not true.
It wasn't true. But his running mate said, "Oh, they had to make up a story to get the media's attention." So you have to make up a story to get what you want. So okay, you don't have anything to talk about, so you're gonna talk about the debris. Then help get rid of the debris.
They call it the debris garbage and trash and all kind. Vibes FM, landline caller. I mean, WhatsApp caller coming. Yeah.
I didn't finish. They credit the rundown.
Okay.
Finish. Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
So can you help us now?
So I just was telling you that I get unfair a rough deal, all government who come in forward. They didn't care about me, especially Kit Mitchell. He come in prison and see me. He come in prison and make sure you see me and you don't let him go. A priest tell me that personal America had to work for I to go out of jail because the Prime Minister don't sign in for I to come out of prison. And you don't understand? And did the miracle work 2008 when he lost the election. You come out before, I come out on the first. The governor general just signed something and he said, let go 4 of us. And, you know, even a violation of my right. He said, let go us on the last of June. And they let me go on the 1st of July. And where they're supposed to do that, that violation of my right.
Yes.
But no, you know, that violation of my right. Some prisoner could have killed me because they expect I'm going out the next day. They are going out. So you can't keep playing, let me sleep overnight in prison. And all that they do, but they ain't care about me because I'm a poor man. You know, understand? I have nobody. So, it come like,
yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But I would like to see some big liars because I mean I'm not a liar, but I don't know. But I realize that there is no charge. You can't charge a man. Treason is the 2 biggest charges you have in the book. Treason and murder. And none of them can carry that kind of sentence. None. You can't keep a man in jail for 32 years. And when you're tired, you let him go. I mean,
no.
I find what I could do. I come out now, and I try to do a fiber industry. I put on a machine. I put on a building. I was doing fiber broom, fiber this and that. A big tree come and it fall on it. Up to now, all of us trying to get help to go back on the foot. All of us trying to do the thing. Nobody has studied me. They studied me a big tree, you know, that natural disaster. And not say that they're supposed to help me. Help somebody with natural disaster, not me walk along the tree. You know. You see, a big wind fall and it knocked me down. I could have been inside there and it killed me. And nobody even, I didn't go and draw it.
Oh.
They were living.
Okay.
So nobody has studied me. But I find that is unfair.
Yeah, but caller, you can go into the side building on Kirani James Boulevard and ask for Dr. Fletcher, and you can discuss your issue with him, put it into the fiber broom and stuff that you're doing. I think SIAP have some assistance that they're actually giving to small entrepreneurs now, so you can actually go down there. You know the Kirani James Boulevard, the GCNA building. Yeah. You go there and ask for Dr. Fletcher. Yeah.
I mean, all over the only brambling me, the only brambling.
No, he won't bramble you. He won't bramble you.
You come and give me back my buildings, the thing, and they just shaking me up. That's what making me living. That's what I love. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what keeping me.
Yes,
they
yes,
sir. Fight to come out of jail 42 years.
16 years ago, so.
Okay.
I'm living in prison, so they don't care about me.
Okay, caller. What I would like you to do, I think you have my contact information, my telephone number. Give me a call.
Yeah.
Give me a call anytime during this weekend, and we'll see, and we'll
give him the information again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get the help.
Yeah.
Call you.
All right.
But as you just said, Oswald, as you just told me, the GCNA building.
Yeah, the GCNA building on Kirani James Boulevard.
Dr. Fletcher.
Dr. Fletcher, yeah, Dr.
Stephen
Fletcher,
okay.
Dr. Stephen Fletcher.
Stephen Fletcher,
yeah.
I mean, because okay, caller.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing the story. It's so sad.
Okay.
But he's desperate. He needs help. And I think, whatever help we could get at this time, because if you do a calculation to see exactly how old he might be, we didn't ask him that.
No.
But after 32 years in prison, 16 years outside, that's 42, that's 48.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he was around, say, 20, 58, 60. He might be in his 60s, going to 70. Yeah. And he needs some assistance because after being out of employment for all this time, I mean, really.
And you're trying to help yourself.
Yeah, you're trying to help yourself now. And especially what struck again there is sad, eh?
And it's a local industry is trying to develop,
Vibes FM, what's up, caller, coming?
Yes, good day, good afternoon, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon, Sister Val.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm calling. I was hoping that I would get some information about that gentleman who just hung up. I'm getting. I have contacted a lawyer who is willing to, who would like to know more about the situation. So I would like to know his name and his number. Caller, if you're listening, you can call me. Call me on WhatsApp 473-403-5537, and I will try to assist you. I will try to get some legal assistance for you. I'm Valerie Thompson, social activist. Please call me 473-403-5537. And I will try to get some more information from you and put you on to someone who might be able to help you.
Yeah.
On another matter, I want to say thank you to Mr. Jocelyn Whiteman and his brother Valentine Whiteman, who have so kindly donated over 100 coconut plants to the government and people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And they have not said thanks yet, but I'm thanking Mr. Whiteman on behalf of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique for the coconut plants
We need some
that
in
you have
Winwood.
kindly donated.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said we need some in Winwood.
If I recall, he called this program one day, and I think he said he had something like about 400 or something. He had quite a large number.
Yeah.
So if the 100 came to Carriacou, maybe we could request another 100 again to make sure that you get as much as possible, because he was willing to donate them for free.
Right, because all the ones
Yes,
in Winwood are gone.
but we must not forget to say thank you and thank you publicly, so that before we ask for more. I am saying thank you on behalf of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique for whatever we've gotten so far. And I want the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique to be also grateful for receiving such gifts.
But let me ask you, caller, they were donated to the agriculture department. That's what you're saying?
Yes, well, they don't.
Yeah.
I made it. I contacted someone in agriculture. I contacted someone in agriculture to collect it on behalf of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Okay. So what I find out, if people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique now want to get a couple of plants, then it's okay for them to contact the agriculture department and pick it up?
Yes, I guess they should contact agriculture of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Mr. Patrice to be exact.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that this message is going out there. So hopefully you need one to Antoinette. You could always, but Winwood going to need quite a few.
Winwood would need quite a few, because I think out of all that they had in Winwood, we only have maybe 5 remaining. That's not really in very good condition.
Yeah, barrel.
Most of the branches are broken, and
Yeah.
So those that they had by the jetty area, they're all gone.
Well, I see it even in the tongue area too. It's the first time I've seen that, where the wind stripped the trees of all the branches and the fruits and just leave the base stock standing up there. Imagine that. Just like a pole, a clean pole. Boy, that's amazing. But the number, let me tell you, the caller who called us, about the situation, we've been in prison for 32 years. The telephone number again, if you missed it, 403-5537. 5537. And if you call Val, her name is Val, and the area code is 1473, of course. Well, once you're in the state there, you can just get to her easily, and then you'll be able to get some assistance, more information, whatever you may need, But she's one of those social activists, always willing to help. And whenever she hears of situations like this, she don't hesitate to get on board there and give some assistance wherever possible. Okay. Let's continue. As we're looking at our time now, we only got about another 5 minutes inside our program this morning.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, because time.
Well, I thought you were.
Don't look at it anymore. Time to close.
Yeah, it's getting ready,
Yeah,
for us
I'm just,
to sort of wrap it up here,
just being humorous.
But one thing I wanted to touch on, and I realized that we kind of run out of time, but I would like to just spend the last few minutes speaking about agriculture in Carriacou, and especially small farmers and even homeowners trying to fend for themselves, because we're in situations now whereby listening to what's happening out there in the outer world as it pertains to wars and things of the nature, we might be in a situation where we may not be able to get supplies as easy as it was in the past, and then we will have to fend for ourselves. So the advice is going out there now to some of our homeowners and small farmers to try to do as much as they can. Eat what you grow, grow what you eat.
Yeah.
This is the time where we need to just step down a little bit and go back to the soil. It's just a word of advice we want to get out there, because, as you very well know, things could change. You see what's happening with governments.
Yeah.
You see what's happening with elections. You see what's happening with wars. Yes, go ahead.
But going back to the land is one thing, but it was said before, I think, that for the animals that's loose, that they were going to do something about it. They're still all loose.
Yeah.
So because of the hurricane, everybody fences down. And for the people that don't have the means to put the fence back up, if you plant something, the animal's just eating it. So we need to make good on our promise that when we hold on to those animals, you come pay for it or you lose it.
No.
Because they shouldn't be let go just loose running in everybody's land, because now everybody's fence is down and whatever you plant is going to be gone.
Yeah, that's something that you just mentioned there. I think is very worthwhile speaking about, because I forgot. We looked at some of the fences, and it was just amazing to see how the wind
Just threw
destroyed the
everything down.
fences. Whether it was galvanized fence or wire fence, it didn't make a difference.
No,
everything went.
Our
flat
fence
down.
is completely. I didn't even see the fence,
Uh-huh.
so I don't even know where the fence is.
No, it's not something to laugh about, but I mean, just imagine the sort of devastation people did.
There's a gate up with no fence.
Ah.
But I think it's a relevant topic, and there is number of suggestions. I mean, I'm involved in processing and both fish processing and root crops processing and spices, and this budget's coming up. I really would want to make some serious inputs so that we would able to see how government can actually put some serious capital financing into the agriculture sector, so we could be able to revitalize the sector. Mr. talk about the fencing. I hope that the subsidiary fencing scheme, that government would put in some serious funding in that, look at the loose animals as priority, so that we could able to have food security and also food availability. Because the high prices I've been hearing in Grenada after Hurricane Beryl, it's really ridiculous. And we have lands, pockets of lands that
just sitting idle
by.
Yeah.
So we would have to, the government and the stakeholders would really have to come together to rescue the industry and, as I said, revitalize and ensure that, we put some meaningful capital financing into the sector, so that we were able to have some serious employment opportunities in that sector moving forward.
But speaking about, what you're talking about there, I know that recently the government has been giving out to farmers in particular, livestock farmers or crop farmers, fencing.
Yes,
I think they received some 1,000 rolls of fencing.
1,000 rolls, yeah.
Yes,
but that is good. That is good in the first instant. Yeah.
Fencing is there. Is one of the package. Part of the packages.
Yeah.
That are given fencing.
Black tanks for water,
and other irrigation materials and things.
Cleaning up wells and
stuff
like that.
But not only should those be going out to the farmers. What about the private homeowners?
Exactly.
They should be given
the private homeowners just call themselves farmers.
But they are farmers.
That's the point. So, and one of the things that was raised by us, what is the fact of feeding ourselves.
Yeah.
I think that is a critical step we must hold on to going forward. feeding ourselves. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, so many things can happen, and we have to be able to feed ourselves.
And backyard gardening is supposed to be, because if you don't have a land space, but you can actually use drums or whatever you find to ensure that you're able to plant some lettuce, tomato, in these things.
But
so,
not only getting the fencing up too.
No.
The situation with the stray animals is another
that's
factor.
another problem.
That's the major problem.
Yeah.
Because I remember growing up, we didn't have no fence. As a matter of fact, our fencing used to be some bush on the side of the bound of the to separate yours from the neighbors.
Yeah. We had our sheep tied.
Yes, everything.
And every morning I had to go. We used to put them in a pen in the night,
right?
Because they had dogs eating them, so we put them in a big pen in the night. And in the morning you go and you take every one of them and you put them out, stake them in the garden, in the pasture to eat some grass.
Right. Yeah.
And in the night you do the
bring
same
them
thing.
in again.
Yeah.
So that practice.
Everything is just loose. Yeah. You see cattle on the road. We never see that when we were growing up as kids.
So what should be brought under control to avoid things of the nature from happening is that the farmers need to be disciplined first to make sure that if you are an animal farmer, then your animals should be protected.
They should be tied.
They should be tied, or should be in a pen, or should be in a fencing, and make sure that. So if each one does that, the homeowners or the private people wouldn't have much of a problem again.
Yeah.
It would be maybe a neighbor or so might have one or two sheep or something.
Yeah, but for the people that lost their fence, if they do have fencing up, if they do have fencing for free,
Yes,
they can get some. The government is giving fencing, then they can go get some fencing and fence your place back up.
Yeah.
And so that if you have a garden in there, you can protect that from the animal because they're still loose.
Yeah.
And it was said that they will impound them, and you have to pay to get them back. So do that. Impound them.
I heard in the previous years ago that the animals, people used to fence in the animals and the gardens are unfenced. But now the gardens have to be fenced and the animals is loose, and the stray animals causing a lot of problem with degradation.
Well, what you're saying is true. The gardens wasn't fenced and the
animals were fencing. And when the let go season come, everybody let go. When planting time come, everybody would hold back their animals. So they had a discipline, but now it's not that. It's like the animals out and feeding on the vegetation, causing degradation. So that's a serious problem that the forestry department and the agriculture department and have to look into to ensure that you get back that vegetation so that you would not have degradation when rainfall run out the topsoil would not, because some places you look at it and it's just bare rock, all the topsoil has been washed away into the sea.
Yeah.
And because of the loose animals. So that's a problem that has to be addressed first and foremost. And then we could be able to look at other areas for improvement into the sector. So at least the government would really have to, and I would like to see agriculture get the biggest allocation for the budgets in coming up. So as I said, we would.
Well, a lot of emphasis. Is been placed in agriculture. If you realize too, with this what just transpired with Beryl. The farmers were some of the first to receive
some assistance.
Farmers, fishermen, come down the later to the house and whatever. So
Yeah.
you could see that there's a lot of
emphasis has been placed. Yes. And since this government get into office, I remember the 10,000 spices trees they had actually planted. They wanted to plant over a period. So I think it's a step in the right direction. But as I said, more capital financing need to be injected into the sector.
Well, let's hope for the best.
I know what Sir Leo is saying now.
So we get back on Sir Leo. Okay.
So I hope that the conversation would not die. We'll be able to have a program and give it some more time so that we'll be able to dive into the...
Definitely, because I think one of the things that we need to start encouraging is how to feed up ourselves.
Food availability.
How to feed ourselves, how to look after ourselves. As it relates to that.
Without continue, but one of the things that has to be implemented, it's a humanitarian program that who cannot afford would be able to have access to, because if you go to farm and you have excess, then where that excess would go, where that blood would actually go. So you have to find a niche, and I think there is a niche, So as moving forward, we were able to initiate such a.
We're going to cross that bridge when we get there.
But we're getting there shortly. Yeah.
All right, time for a wrap up. First of all, I want to move over to you, Antoinette, and say thank you so much for dropping by this morning. Your input was invaluable. Was what more than we could even say, and we thank you so much for your contribution. And to invite you and to leave the invitation open anytime in Caracol, you feel free to come here, hear your concerns, your views. It's always nice to be hearing from our own and the way things could move forward, what a contribution we could make, because I know for sure that you've been in New York, and I know you were very active. I said in the beginning when you heard about Beryl, you got together with an organization.
We do have
Still,
I'm actually the chairperson for the NDC Grenada Caracol and Petite Martinique chapter.
Oh, congratulations!
So
okay. Well, now we know who's speaking to.
We were on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Kudos.
Well, that is good.
And you guys been doing a fantastic job, because I've been hearing so many things, but sometimes you hear about a group, but you don't know who is in the group, who's responsible.
We do have several. Over the years, we've had several groups in New York that we always send stuff down for the school, for the hospital.
Yeah.
So it's just like people don't know about it. They think when we leave, we don't do anything for Caracol, but that's not the case.
Okay.
We sent X-ray machine to the hospital in Caracol, but it's not being used because they don't have anybody
technicians
to use it.
Yes.
So I understood that they were taking parts from it to send to the one in Grenada, and I was like, then just because it's a brand new machine. So my whole thing is just take the machine. If the one in Grenada is no longer working, don't take parts from a new one to send to the. Just take the machine. Just take it.
Yeah, take it. That makes sense.
So this is the reason why I had asked Tevin to offer scholarship for the young people to do X-ray tech, lab tech, physical therapy, and those are the things that I think he did offer. So I was trying to reach out to him because there were a couple of people that said they were trying to get into the program that they wasn't getting a response. So I was trying to reach him, but it's like every time I get to him, he's not there. So I was trying to and we were trying to figure out something for the jet union wood, because I think they wanted to put it in a different location. So I was trying to contact the person that owns the land where they want to put it to see if we can get some permission.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have a conversation with him, but he's not available. So I'm gonna have to keep trying.
Oh yeah, well,
because I'm leaving soon.
Yeah, okay, but it's nice to know that people like you out there in the diaspora, or still hearts and spirits and everything is home. Although your body's over there, but that's basically.
We had CPAC always sending stuff for the schools, hospital, whatever was needed. We were always raising funds to make sure we send stuff back home. And there are a bunch of other groups that always give scholarship to some of the kids. When they're sending kids out for scholarship, we send money home for that. We try our best to make sure that we help in every way that we can.
That's nice. Oh boy, I feel good hearing that.
I think it's more than nice. It's excellent.
We sent hampers back for the nursing home. We sent wheelchair. Just before the hurricane, we sent a wheelchair home. Not a portable one. The motorized one. We sent that with pampers and a bunch of stuff. I don't know where it got because it was right. I don't think he got here before the hurricane, so I'm not sure if who got it, if they did get it, where it went, because a lot of stuff that they said was in customs, people have lost some of the stuff because they can't find it, or I'm not sure what's going on.
But what I do know, in quite a number of instances when stuff comes in there, you will see some sort of a ceremony,
Well, most of the time we do call Tevin, so he knows what's coming.
Yes.
So I'm not sure, who handles it when it get here, but we do send stuff home on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, once it comes to Caracol, I could tell you definitely it would be for Caracol and Petite Martinique, only. Because in many instances, I know in the past, stuff has been sent to Caracol and for Petite Martinique, end up in Grenada and never got here.
I know, but that was with the previous government.
Yeah, right. Okay. So,
but when we send stuff, we make sure it's coming to Caracol.
Right. Okay.
It's not stopping. There's no. straight to Carriacou.
Straight
So when you
destination.
get here, what is for Petit Martinique is for Petit Martinique, and
Yeah,
what's for Carriacou
Carriacou.
is for Carriacou. For the hospital,
Yeah.
sheets for the hospital, whatever we need.
Uh-huh.
We try to help.
So you're always in communication with those down here to find out the needs and everything like that.
Well,
so you could, yeah.
we are the NDC group is basically we are there to raise funds. We raise funds on a regular basis to make sure that for next election
Mhm.
we have
Mhm.
our
Yeah,
contribution
resources,
to make sure whatever it is that they need,
yeah.
we're there to help.
Sound good.
And whatever other help that is needed, when people have stuff and they said, oh, we have Pampers and we have
Yeah.
a wheelchair or we have
You
a
collect
bed,
it. Yeah, make sure you
we
ship
collect
out,
it and we ship it.
Yeah.
So we try our best.
Oh, see, we got brothers and sisters on the other side, huh? That's
Yeah.
seeking our help and assistance and everything like that.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
while we can talk about brothers and sisters on the other side, people on land, which we referring to as brothers and sisters as well, unfortunately, I say, they're trying to destroy.
And that's disheartening.
It is
trying to derail the process.
Yes, yeah. But we got to continue to empower ourselves, arm ourselves with knowledge, information, and so that we can fight the good fight.
I want
Solia,
are you there? I'm just seeing him. Hello? Okay, doc.
I don't hope he left us.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe, but he still is there, sitting in his chair. I could see him there, seem to be having a little bit of audio problem. But anyway, as we're wrapping it up here, I want to thank you so much again for coming by. I couldn't say enough thank yous, okay?
You're welcome.
Okay, and whenever you're in Carriacou again, feel free to come and keep up the good work.
You will.
Because we know
We
you
are.
guys are working on behalf of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and you've been doing so much there, and there's not enough words to express our sincere thanks and gratitude.
Well, we want to see good things in Carriacou and
Right,
Martinique,
okay,
so
yeah.
we're doing our best to
Okay.
make sure we see improvement.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much again. Okay. Osbert, your final words. Okay.
Well, I just want to say today's program was, it was, excited. At least we had a visiting guest today, and I really commend her for the work that she actually doing, and hope that she will continue to do it, and it would benefit the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique wholeheartedly. Thank you, Mr. Coy, for watching in. Thank you, Solio, and hope that we can do it again next week, same time, same place.
Coy, you finally?
Yeah, one of the things I want us to take away from this experience today, we may not agree with everything that everyone says, even the colors, but I think one of the things that we have to consider as a people going forward together is that we have to, in order for us to rebuild this place, we have to work together. We have to ensure that we protect each other and stop the division and stop the trying to derail things. We need to do it, rebuild these lovely islands together as a people.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and not the views of this radio station.
And that will just wrap up our program for today, right here on Vibes FM. Want to thank you so much for you who participated in the program. Thank you. Those of you called, thank you again. And remind you again, every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we do a program Speak Out Unfiltered. Until next time, I'm your humble servant, yours truly, Kim the King. It's been a real pleasure.